clicking the button. We're live.
Welcome to the Bro Show Live, episode number 71. I'm Skilbo1, and the panel is assembled. Chat is here. I just want to say cheers to everybody at the outset. What's going on?
What's up, man? What's up, chat? What's up, panel? We're down a few. Red's at work for a while. Abolish and Misty are busy doing a thing, so they may not be here. But thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Doing a thing, man.
Yeah, let's go around the horn and we can get into it. I got a couple little news articles and a couple of announcements.
We got things to talk about for sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I didn't even tell you guys what I found, so good luck or whatever.
We'll all find out together then, won't we?
Panel, thank you for being here. Painted Lady, you're first. Where can everyone find you?
Hey guys, happy Sunday night. It's Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday
Bro
night.
Show Live. It's gotta be Sunday.
Together.
Yeah, I'm telling you, COVID times. On chat, I probably won't be too much in chat tonight. I had a migraine earlier today, so like flashing lights and fast moving words are probably not in my future for tonight. But hello, everybody, and everybody can find me at Painted Lady Gardens on Instagram and Cannabis.
Yeah, speaking to flashing lights, we got the membership back in the chat, so that's what all the highlighted names are.
Yeah.
Enjoy while it lasts.
Let's see those cool emojis while we can get them right. Yeah.
Make sure to use your emojis. This is the first show when we have the membership back for, until they take it away again. So
what did we get at the last little bit of the show last time? Was that kind of a pleasant surprise?
Thank you,
it was
Painted
on
Lady.
the late session or something when we saw that.
It was something. I was like, oh shit, what's up? Man?
Yeah.
And then it finally popped up.
They liked our content, Spartan. That's what it was.
That's right. YouTube is showing favoritism to the late session now.
Dude,
wow.
I want to show favoritism to this headlights over here that I got off of Spartan Grown.
Hold it up. Let's see if you can get it focus.
I'm just trimming this stuff down real quick, but this stuff is so fucking stenchy, man. Woo!
I like the bud that gets foxtails like that.
Oh yeah.
It's some of my favorite stuff to grow for some reason.
You know, the thing about this strain is, and I know why he got rid of it, it wasn't for any kind of growing reasons, but it's like the easiest fucking plant to keep and grow. I'm telling you.
Well, way to fuck up all the introductions.
That's what we do, brother. We got to keep them on their toes. You never know how it's going to go on the Bro Show.
That's Skilbo. You can find Skilbo in the late sesh, whatever else he's doing.
You kept kicking me off of here, huh? All right.
Yeah. Gonna mute his ass. Skilbo, where can everyone find you, sir?
I am Skilbo1 on Instagram, Skilbo17 on YouTube.
Nice. You should make those the same.
I would have, but there's somebody else that already had my account on.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Skilbo's 1 through 16 are taken.
Backups for my backups, maybe.
Spartan, welcome to the show, man. Where can everyone find you, sir?
Thanks, man. Happy to be here. You can find me on Instagram. That's the best place to find me at Spartan Grown. All one word, no spaces. Or if you're old school, you can even throw me an email at spartangrown@gmail.com if you'd rather do it that way.
What's your
I thought he was going to ask for a telegram.
I thought he was going to say AIM or MSN or some shit.
Yeah, I'm not putting any fucking addresses out there. Although I do have a P.O. box. Or you can find me right here, YouTube at Mich Bros Grow Show, Cheap Home Grow Podcast, or Gmail Show.
Spartan was telling us in the pre-show that he made some edibles, so he's going to tell us about that shortly and why he may not smoke as much on today's show.
He's good.
Yeti keeps blinking in and out, so I don't know if he's alien abducted or what. Yeti, are you here?
Yeti, can you
I'm
hear
here.
me?
What's up, guys?
Where can everyone find you, sir?
Find me on Instagram at Yeti Stash and here on the Bro Show, Sunday nights.
I have to flip on the email.
I am happy to be here.
Flip. And I got some Yeti Stash, so I'm going to dab some Yeti Stash.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone,
How are we
for
all doing
joining
this
us.
evening?
Doing fantastic, sir. Before we really get too crazy into it, we got to announce our show sponsors: Easy Swap Pots, Seed Seller, Potent Ponics Podcast. Potent Ponics also has classes on their website, so make sure to check that out. And then I have to announce that as of today, 2020 Mendocino is sponsoring the show. So thank you to those guys. If you're interested in cool genetics, we grew them for the grow off. And even recently, I had someone tell me that it was the favorite strain that they were growing out of, or smoking out of what I've been growing. So good shit. So check that stuff out. That was one of our announcements, was a new sponsor. So
And cheers to Adam and Carlos on that. I've been smoking that. What is that? The sour strawberry D. Oh,
yeah.
oh, man, that's so tasty for a wake and bake.
And Spartan won a light growing their stuff. Snow
Good
King.
stuff, man. I'm interested to get into. I have some more of their stuff. I've got actually a good amount of it. When I won that light, I used a lot of that winning. That I won so much credit at the seed bank, the Great Lakes, Great Lakes Genetics, and Bad Dog Genetics. But so I used a lot of that to get some 2020 gear I was really looking at. So eventually I'll get to those. But man, my list of seeds to pop, it's getting longer and longer. So we'll see. But I did narrow down the 4 that I popped from Jack Greenstock, the Velvet Punch. 2 of them are female, it looks like. Well, I'm not 100% confirmed yet, but it looks like 2 are female.
Nice.
So I put them into a 4x4, and I over vegged them is what I did. And
They're looking pretty big.
yeah, so then I slammed them down to try to fill that 4x4 with just 2 plants. We'll see how that goes. And then behind, well, it might be a couple runs behind that, but I have some cuvee that it's looking like I've got at least 2, maybe 3 female cuvee.
And the craziest male, man.
Yeah, that male. Yep. I'm going to
Did you take clones off of him yet?
Not yet. I'm probably going to have to do that here within a couple of weeks, a week or 2. But yeah, I'm going to probably take at least 1 clone off of it, maybe 2. And then bring that the rest of it to sequence in a 1 gal. And then with my clones, I'll probably only need to keep 1 of them and maybe just flower it out and collect pollen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just put it in a baggie and store it for later or whatever.
I've got pollen of AK-47 in my freezer that I've been saving.
Nice.
Miss C
Would you-
wants some of it.
What'd you do for storage wise? What is there anything special? Did you put some kind of like rice or something in with it?
Yeah, so I'd actually learned this, I believe, from Adam at 2020, to mix rice flour with the pollen to make it go further.
Right.
So like you get more volume. Yeah, you like cut it basically to get more volume out of it. So that it's stored that way. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if it's viable, but it's stored.
Is there a time limit on that sort of thing? I mean, as long as it's intact and it
I
hasn't.
think
taken
there
any
is, like within a couple of years or something like that for stored
Okay.
pollen. But as someone that is interested in breeding, I mostly want to just try doing it the normal way. Like I can't see a lot of reasons why you would store pollen, except for maybe if I wanted to try to make seeds like in the greenhouse or something like that. But I think that it's easier to just put a plant next to another plant and let it go down, play some Barry Manilow or whatever.
Neil Diamond, get it right.
Neil Diamond.
That's funny. But you could be super selective with that pollen, like
Right.
instead of just a plant going all wild, like you could go
Right,
in
right.
like with no breeze going and just hit some bottom branches and like still have a mostly unseeded crop, and, like
So on
mark
that
the branches that you hit up.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I made the seeds that I did make. So I took pollen and pollinated a plant that was outside. So it wasn't truly no wind or whatever, but I pollinated 1 branch and all the rest of the flower was perfectly smokable or whatever. And then, so I had crescendo normal flower, and then I had a seeded branch that I made genetics on. So that's
Now, did you bag that, you said?
That's awesome.
it's definitely a thing. Did I bag what?
The branch to make sure it didn't spread anywhere else or anything like that. Did you take that?
There's a
precaution?
lot of ways to do that. Yeah, so you can like put the pollen on the inside of a bag and then like tape it and shake
Put
it and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then just put like a red tie around the end of it.
Yeah.
And just,
I actually
Yeah.
painted it on. Shout out Painted Lady. I actually took a paintbrush and painted it on to the buds. So
did you use your regular
Nice.
body paintbrush for that or no?
yeah, dude, the
Okay.
one that I use for
Did you
my
get
nips.
did you get the glitter off it?
There's no glitter in my fucking house.
All right.
My kids hate that rule too. I got 2 girls and no glitter.
The glitter's gone, but it
Good.
still smells like vanilla.
Yeah, you're right.
Vanilla cupcake.
That vanilla, man, it doesn't go away either.
It's so funny. 2020
I
wanted me
think I
to
remember
announce.
seeing
Oh, sorry,
Aficionado.
go
I want
ahead.
to say.
Aficionado did what?
No, I just remember him putting like like different pollen on the same plant. They were
Oh yeah.
going crazy with it. It looked like I was them earlier in the season. I'm just thinking.
I think it would be good for making like tester strains, like very limited seed runs. But in like the scheme of things for me, the scale that I'm going to do breeding in is going to be like 5-gallon pots and, at a max, a 10 by 10 space or some shit. They're probably normally breeding in much larger spaces. So
Yeah,
I
for the
could see
home-
why
What,
they
you
would.
want to grow one of those Skilbo 6-foot tall plants and try to fucking pollinate that? Just
Yeah.
throw it up in the fan.
I mean, you imagine how many seeds I can make in a normal seed run in a 5x5, as not a seed company. Enough for
Yeah,
a lifetime.
even
Yeah,
when
that's the
yeah.
thing. Is I'm not looking to produce seeds for everybody in the world.
Right.
I'm looking to produce something for myself, and I've never done it, so I would like to be. I can't speak about it really from experience if I've never done it. So
Yeah.
I can read all about it and hear everybody's opinion, but if I don't ever do it, I feel like I still have something to learn.
I just want to make something
Yeah.
cool, like maybe it's good or maybe it's not, but I like the idea of being able to make seeds and just give them to whoever wants to grow them at no cost and say, hey, let me know what this looks like and take some pictures and we'll see if it turns into
That's
something
how
sweet.
Yeah, it's just like when Spartan gave us those sticky drip sheets. Shout out to Sticky Drip on those, man. I mean, Dan popped all those this week. Shout out to Dankman Dan. And his were all viable. He's growing out 2 different strains, I believe. And, once I get my stuff off the line in flower and flip my shit, I'm going to be popping mine. His whole thing was, hey, if you find something interesting or something I like, let me get a cut of it. Dude, you know what I mean?
Dude, we have a
Can't ask
pheno of the garlic storm that fresh cut named Grape Slurpee because it tastes so much like the slurricane. And none of it exists, so I can't even show you a sample of this flower. But we have the phenos. I did like the intelligent grower thing and put all the phenos in the greenhouse, kept all of the other ones, and then just didn't label them. So I have all of the cuts. I just don't know which one's which. So we'll have to figure out which one it is, the classic grower thing, and and sort that out. He's really pissed about that, by the way. So I like bringing that up.
I can imagine. I can imagine where you'd be a little upset.
It's funny though. That's the first keeper that he's gotten to select, right? Because that was his first grow or whatever. And damn, is it a good plant? It really, really is.
Dude, I just was in the chat talking to Shredder, and I came up with an awesome strain name. Something out there should be called Gluey Armstrong.
I bet if you Google it, it's already taken.
It's probably already fucking taken, man. And if you have it, Godspeed.
That is a great one,
I don't know if anybody.
Skilbo.
I'm going to date myself a little bit here, and as a kid, that's funny. I like that response. As a kid, I remember in the summertime, we would always get a treat of those frozen ice treat things. They came in plastic, and you'd have to rip them apart, and they're just frozen sugar water, basically.
Popsicles.
Yep.
Well, the popsicles are on sticks, man. This wasn't a stick. This was just the ice thing.
It's just the Kool-Aid in a strip, man.
Yeah. And but the ones that we got that we were always fucking flipped out over, it had like for the different flavor, the different color was a different like a play on words like what you're saying, but like a historical figure, but with a flavor mixed in.
I'm good at that game.
And as soon as you said that, it instantly reminded me of those fucking things. So I wonder if anybody's taken whatever the fuck those were called and taken the whole fucking, everything they used and just made it a strain. That would be cool as fuck.
Are you talking about things like otter
Chat
pops?
says otter pops, yeah.
Otter pops, yeah.
They weren't otter, I don't think.
No, they were just different otter names, weren't they, for the different flavors?
Yeah, knows what's up.
Yeah.
They're calling them Otter Pops down there too.
It wasn't otter pop. It was something else.
Freezy Pops.
This is the problem with America. We call everything by brand names, so popsicle doesn't mean anything.
Stay off my Q-tips and Kleenex, my friend.
Yeah, Band-Aids and aspirin and all that bullshit.
Ooh, nice.
And nobody knows what you're talking about.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Oh, I forgot to go over Yeah, I'm attempting to do RSO to make an edible with RSO or FSO, my FSO. And my first attempt was just to weigh out enough into and then combine it with butter, then use that butter to make cookies. And just to make things fast, I just used a cheap fucking bag cookie mix, which was probably mistake number one. And then I don't know what my second mistake was, but anyways, I what I did was I heated up. I did a double boiler with the butter on top, let it melt. I squeezed out the 5. Actually, I weighed it onto some parchment paper and then scraped it into the butter. But I put in the FSO and then stirred it up until it kind of incorporated in, and then I put in I believe it was a teaspoon of powdered. It wasn't soybean. It was sunflower lecithin. That's supposed to help the two kind of mix together better.
Helps with the blood-brain barrier cross as well. So that's another good thing about it.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I just used that butter in the mix, right? You add the butter and then the mix and the fucking egg, I think it was. Made the cookies. It made the butter really dark too, so that made the cookies really dark. I should have saved one. I've got them upstairs, but I've been eating one every about 2 hours. My math, it made 30 cookies or 31 cookies, something like that. If my math's right, it should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 90 milligrams of THC per cookie. I was shooting for 100, but it turned out to about 90. But it's like a very narcotic high. It's not.
Oh, that's CBN.
Yeah, it's not. It's fucking definitely not like your typical 90. It's more like. So I've been fighting, keeping my eyes open the whole
I see
time.
the closest version of Coma Guy Spartan today.
Yeah. Yeah.
We haven't seen it yet.
I'm about 4 cookies in, man. So we'll see.
It is hard to get Spartan high. I will say this. I've hung out with the guy quite a bit. We got to smoke like 5-6 joints one night.
Wait a minute. No, you know what? When we had the grow off and everybody was over at Abolish in Miss C's house, you and he were both comfortably crashing out on the couch against the wall there. So you have to say he was pretty fucking hot. Yeah.
All that scissor of Abolish scissor that fucking got us.
I guess Spartan's the only one to ever get me there. When we were smoking back one with his mom at the campfire, I'm like nodding out at like 9 o'clock.
It's good.
I'm just getting old. So is this what it's like, Scobo?
I was just talking to him and he was
You're just like watching the news at 5 and you just
5 shit. You're trying to catch that 4 o'clock news.
Yeah, news is at 4 and bed is at 5. Like dinner is at 4:45.
Fucking Matlock is on at 5. I'm not missing Matlock, man.
Oh,
at what age do I turn into a boomer?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You know, the problem with boomer is everybody misuses that shit. It's supposed to be baby boomer. So baby boomer is a generation. It's got like a finite period of time.
Yeah.
So like we're at the point where you should be calling us Gen Xers now because that's, what's next on deck.
Now you're on the millennial debate, right? Like,
but we're still cool, so you don't mock us like that with the.
There's like a whole bunch of people who are like, I'm not a millennial, or whatever.
Yeah, you are.
It's the generation debate.
I have a millennial theft deterrent on my car. It's a manual transmission.
There you go. That should work pretty good these days.
It does.
They're hard to find too, to buy new.
I used to drive.
I had to go to Ann Arbor to get it.
See, Taco said Zoomers in the chat, and I was going to say that, but then that makes it sound like a different generation, but it's got to be with the X, and therefore it becomes the Z. And cheers, Taco. Cheers, Daddy.
What's he trying to do? Name a strain of weed?
No, instead of calling us boomers, Zoomers.
No, I'm just joking because that's what companies do when they name strains. They just change one letter from an established brand like Skittles to Skittles, and they're all retarded. Oh, I can't say that on air. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
It's offensive to me. It's insulting to everyone that consumes cannabis that they can't be more clever.
Dave's not here. Says, good call. Lots of PTDs, pipe transmitted disease. Out there. Cheers, Dave.
So I got all the stuff to do my organic soil.
What'd you get?
Let me see. What did we get? We got neem seed meal. We got some kelp. Got some kelp meal. Got some basalt rock dust. some oyster shell,
Alfalfa?
I know
What kind of
I'm
recipe?
forgetting.
What recipe are you following? What?
Are you making
Kind of like a
super
coots,
soil?
a coots mix, kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
And need some gypsum. I need to pick that up. I didn't have enough room. My car, the trunk is like, so yeah, I didn't have enough room to pick up the peat and and the perlite and all that stuff. So I'll hit that local girl store for that. And the other, but I'm getting it going. I'm excited. And then I'm going to do strain differences, or the run by run, side by side, by next to the bloom yellow bottles, nutrients.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yep. So I think I'm going to do lemon Jeffrey, since I had such a great yield off of it last harvest. I think I'm going to do side by side with organic soil and with the bloom yellow bottles, and see the end, like flavor, yield, everything. Just
Are you going to start a worm bin? Because you have some of the parts for it.
I would love to.
With
Yeah.
that oyster shell.
What kind of worm castings did you buy? Did you not get them yet?
That's what I got to get to. I spaced on that at the store the other day, so I need to grab that.
Get good ones.
I would recommend.
Yeah.
Detroit, I would recommend the ones from Detroit Nutrient Company. They're really fucking good.
Okay. Oh, you know what, Spartan? I tried to contact M3 and they never got back to me.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
kind of a bummer. So that's why I just said, fuck it, I'll just get my other shit.
Yeah.
Start and do my own.
Yeah.
So
Might as well learn it anyways, right?
Yeah.
that's that's what I want to do anyway. So
Yeah.
You can get, because you're building your own soil, you could get bales of peat as long as it says Canadian Sphagnum peat.
yeah.
That's kind of like a trademark thing. So that's your quality mark. You can get it at Home Depot. You can get it at Meijer, no matter where the fuck you get it. You can get a bale of that anywhere, and you're going to pay a fuck ton less usually there than you're going to at the grocery store.
Yeah,
Sure,
but I like
sure.
to support my local guy. He's, we're all struggling, and I'd rather support him than fucking Home Depot.
Okay.
I hear you
You
there.
know what I mean?
Man, I hate that store.
No, but go ahead.
Don't be the retailer that gets Spartan kicked, right?
No, I don't know. I feel taken advantage of. I don't feel like I'm helping.
Oh, see, my guy's really cool, and like a $200 bag of recharge. He's like, well, this guy ordered it and never picked it up, but I'll sell it to you for 120. So in Power Psi, I just got one of those huge fucking bottles of Power Psi, and he charged me like
too.
It was like he charged me like $120. So
he's taking a loss.
What did he take a loss? I don't know. He didn't say he took a loss, but
that's what I'm saying. That's my point. But he's okay charging everybody else $200 fucking for that shit. He's okay charging the next person whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's where I'm going with it.
I hear you, but at the same time, I hear you. Okay.
Capitalism.
Anyway, I'm starting my organic. Woo! Yeah.
It's
So
cool if like
cool.
a lot of the labs available can actually like get some samples tested and see like with scientifically if there's any difference between the two. I feel like that's really cool having PSI labs and different lab available,
I think that most of the soil growers would agree that it might take a couple runs for your soil to come into its own too. Like to fully be
a few, yeah, man.
Its full potential.
I think Spartan will chime in and say that you can get it.
I'm not gonna jump up there and try to make excuses for soil. Let's let her get to the fucking end first before we start making excuses for soil. Jesus. But yeah, generally speaking, it's gonna take more than one run to really get it stride. But especially you're starting from the ground up with your mix, so it's going to take a little while for all the biology to kick in and get established. But you should still, I'm still confident you should still do fairly well. You might see a reduction in yield maybe versus salts, but I think you're going to see a quality bump anyway, even in the first cycle.
Yeah, and I figured it was going to take a while for it to fully cook and get established. So I'm definitely not going to take that first run and say, okay, this is it.
Right.
Here's the results, everybody.
Well, I mean, a lot of your things are going to take some time to break down, though. Like that rock, that basalt, dude, that's good for at least a year, right? I mean, if you're not changing out, if you're using like the same container over and over, I don't think you'd need to re-amend that every time.
Yeah.
I like what Spartan was saying about using the Build-A-Soil. What's that, the craft blend that you mentioned before that you can use to get everything rocking and rolling again?
Right now,
You muted yourself.
I've done a couple different strains. Thanks, Sequence.
Yep.
Where I've just taken an M3 mix, ran a full cycle through it, and I grow bigger plants, so there's probably 4 months they were in there, maybe a little bit more. But anyhow, and all I've done is sprinkled like what was it? It was a half a cup of. I do 4 plants per light. I do 1.5 cubic feet of soil per planter, and I do a half a cup of craft blend as a top dress. As like when I cut that fucking plant down, the top dress is done, right done. And then I watch the plant and veg, and if I see anything like it's starting to yellow out or any reason to where I think it might be low on nutrition, I might give it another top dress right before it goes into flower with that craft blend. Otherwise, the only other top dress that they get is barley, just to every couple weeks maybe to push nutrition. Like if I'm giving it a top dress of that craft blend, I'll come behind it the next day with barley, or sometimes I'll give straight worm castings if I feel the plant's struggling in any way. My usually first step is just give it a little bit of worm castings and water that in, and then I'll do barley on top too.
Because you don't do teas or anything, right?
No,
you just do that, yeah.
Yep. Because really, I'm doing the same thing as a tea, but
Yeah.
I'm not fucking making a mess and fucking around and taking chances brewing what I don't know because I don't have a microscope to check it. So I'm just putting the raw material on the soil and watering it in. You know,
Sweet.
It's a lot safer that way, as far as biology goes.
Well, I'm excited to get started on it. I'm gonna get it going this week. I'm gonna. I like those big totes on wheels. I'm gonna just put everything there and mix it all up and get it cooking. And what do you think? I should let it go for a couple of weeks before I even try to think about putting a plant in it?
Depends on how established the plant is that you're trying to put in.
It's going to be ready to go as soon as you get it all mixed together. The reason that I say it's going to take some time to get it kicking, it's more like once you get it in its final form, whatever that is, and in a pot with a plant in it, then the biology starts to create its network. Then the fungi start to throw out its mycelium and build its root mass, just like the plant's root mass, right?
Yeah.
It just takes time for that shit to happen, and it takes time for that to get built up. But the next cycle, where you've had a whole cycle for that to get established, and now you didn't disturb it in any way, and you planted it again. Now you're a step ahead of hydroponics because you've got that established now, instead of you're waiting and building. So I think it's more that than like the mentality of cooking came from super soils. And what super soil mentality was we're going to mix a really nutrient dense, high, like hot soil.
Yeah.
And you need that to break down too, because that'll be more plant available. So it's going to be super plant available. It's almost like hydroponic nutrient at that point. But it takes time to break that down. That concept was to put that at the bottom half of the pot, and then the top half was like neutral peat with nothing really in it. So the plant, as it was young, wouldn't really hit that hot soil, but then once it needed nutrition, it could kind of access the soil and kind of peek its roots down into that hot shit every time it needed nutrition, and that was how that system kind of works. But what you're doing is more like living soil.
Okay.
You don't have that extra hotness to worry about. You don't have to cook anything.
All right, cool.
To follow up with that though, when you're going to reuse these, don't cut your whole fucking plant out of there. You could literally leave the stick in there and all the roots and everything else, is because if you have any kind of hyphae that's going through there, if you start ripping all that shit up, it's it's going to take time for that to reestablish and things. Just make a minimal hole and rock and roll with it.
You just plant next to it. You know what I'm saying? You can just dig a hole or wherever you can next to it and plant next to it, and just alternate where you plant. Maybe you can plant in corners or edges or whatever you want to do, but you'll figure out a system.
Yeah.
That stalk has gone so fat, faster than you would think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I wanted to share this thing I saw on my screen. Hold on. Right here. Look at this thing. Yeah,
man.
Kzu's watching.
Yeah, man.
So Kzu, look at this thing.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Look at the talent we got
good.
in our viewership here. I just
Telling
wanted to show that real quick.
Look at
He's
that
been
mic.
crushing it lately. He made a Kzu glass that he posted yesterday, and I was like, hell yeah, man.
That thing right there.
Yep,
Great
that's the
job.
one.
Great
Yeah,
job.
man.
Definitely.
Yeah, M2 in chat was showing she said her first glass was from KZ Glass.
I just went to BDT today. That's a BDT smoke shop, and I seen they had Kzu glass in there. So I took a picture of it for him and sent him. I was like, yo, man, send this to your dude. So
Red fan asked if Kzu is in Kzu.
I would think so. If not in body, then definitely in mind and soul.
If not in Kzu, definitely a false. False. What would you say? An impersonator.
And, masquerading as someone from
Yeah, masquerading
Kalamazoo.
as somebody from Kzu. It's the place to
The
be.
decoy.
Said, yeah, buddy. That must be
It's Dave's not here. It is Kzu. It's not kazoo. Kazoo is a fucking instrument. And Guzoo is a character from the Flintstones back in the day. And shout out to Red Setter because he was a little green alien on there that used to come in and talk shit to Fred Flintstone and Barney all the time.
Yeah, but
Call
he's
him a
saying some
numbskull.
damn good songs though.
When I was a kid in Jackson riding bikes, Kzu was this mythical place that people went to go to the skate park. Yeah.
Go for you, man.
Well, like we don't have Nixon Park. What are you talking about?
Nixon was built when I was that age, though. Like
He is
that was
getting
a
old.
thing
You hear
that
that,
didn't
folks?
exist when I was.
He's getting to the
yeah.
age where he can remember what shit was before it was.
Yeah,
what it is.
I existed before Nixon existed.
Not to be confused with Tricky Dick.
I believe my brother won Nixon's very first skate competition.
Oh hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, going back to the whole worm thing is the worm bin update for me is everything has been going fantastic. I've been watching this lady on YouTube. Her name is the Crazy Worm Lady. She has like a nice 5-step fucking thing going through there. Hey man, it's really good shit. And I've not had any problems with fruit flies or anything else. I don't overfeed them. I'm not trying to make my soil super hot. And when I say hot, I don't mean like hot like nutrients. I mean, if you add a lot of shit to it, or if you throw like a bunch of, let's say you put alfalfa in there or something, like it will make the soil hot. And then the worms are going to be trying to climb up the walls and getting out and all kinds of other shit. So, I just want to mention this because we are talking about earthworm castings and organics for a second here. And you would be amazed at how easy it is for you to establish your own worm bin, man, and just keep making castings in perpetuity. And it doesn't matter whether can you put, here you go, sequence. If you were doing anything, would you use worm castings?
If I was doing anything?
Yeah.
What kind of question?
I'm saying like if you're using salts inside.
If I was shopping at Walmart,
no,
would
if you're using salts inside, would you use earthworm castings on top?
No.
Okay.
You
Spartan,
probably
would you?
could. You probably could, but I wouldn't.
Okay.
It's situational to have.
It's a good way to give a plant that is rather young a really nice vibrancy kick in the ass.
Yeah. I know even
Those are
plants that
go-to.
salt grown, I know people that will use a lot of castings for the cloning stages or early veg stages.
Or put it in the bottom when you transplant in, so they're transplanting right into the castings themselves.
But I'm just all like my thing
Yeah.
is a different philosophy. That's all.
Yeah, you're doing
The castings are like cool to touch. I feel like if you're gonna like go for a fertilizer and not have to worry about burning, that's like a really like good organic like time release, so to speak. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Throw
should,
some
not like hitting them
castings
with
on
some
top.
hot ass guano or something.
that should be your
Yeah,
go-to.
exactly. Like guano's hot. Castings are like literally cool when you pick them up. It's like
Yeah, as
plants
your,
like that shit. I know what
as
you're
your
doing. That.
organic grower, that should just be your go-to up forever. is
Right.
Yeah.
Worm castings first.
It's like the cow mag.
yeah, if I'm doing a transplant, if I'm doing a transplant into a hole, I'm throwing worm castings down there. That's my fucking
Right.
microbial inoculant. I don't need all this other shit.
Right. In the greenhouse, I want to use castings as a primary source of a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
gonna be your soil amendment. You're gonna have your soil there, and then you're gonna throw your worm castings on top, and then the leaves and mulch is your mulch layer. That's another important thing. People, when if you're top dressing your worm casting, that's one of my favorite things too. Is just top dressing around, and then watering it through. But if you're top dressed like that, it's important to get some kind of a mulch layer on top of that, because you don't want them to dry out, because it's really the microbial aspect of the castings that's like the gold, right?
Right.
So it's dryness that makes them, they call it cysting up or whatever, but it makes them go dormant, we'll say. They just put a wax layer around them and then they just chill until it gets wet enough for them to come back out, I guess. I don't know. But so it's that dryness will make them cyst up. So you got to get that mulch layer to keep the moisture there and to activate all that biology and get it down into your soil.
Man, you're not kidding about biology. Right below that mulch layer,
Because you
Oh,
pull it back.
insane.
Yeah.
you move that thing. Oh my goodness.
I love it when I use the barley because
Yeah.
barley always gets that shit jumping.
It's like a whole ecosystem on top of a pot. Like, and you never have to touch it. We had everything from like wolf spiders all the way down to like the tiniest mites all eating each other on top of the pot, you know? And then
They're
the leaves
they're not
are
on the plant at
decomposing
all.
down. Yeah,
They're not climbing up the plant. They're not chewing the leaves. They're not
Yeah.
fucking with
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
It's just nature doing its thing.
It's just like every different predator / pest, like killing each other in order, staying in balance.
Yeah, killing each other, shitting each other out.
Yeah.
That's all fucking fertilizer for your plant.
Like we got springtails from nature, we
Yep.
got moths from nature, we got like every version of everything, and it all worked out. It was cool as hell to see.
It's amazing when it really, I mean, I can't overstate it enough how different the two ways of growing are. It is really like learning two languages. It's the
Yeah.
best I can put it.
And it's fascinating, right? I came
Yeah.
from salts, and like I can see like rove beetles like diving in the soil, and I'm like, oh, that's totally fine. Then I go in the other garden and I see like a fly past the light, and you're like, oh
Freaking
fuck,
out.
what now? Yeah, you know. So, like,
Oh no, the
so
crops
funny.
ruined.
Yeah, the completely different system there. It's like when you ask the question about castings, it's like very dependent on
Yeah.
what you are doing. But if you are doing the thing where it applies a lot of the time.
It saves a lot of money. I'm able to I bought like a little compost bin that goes on the countertop. Just
Yeah,
basically
you can make your
seals.
own stuff. Like
Just
how much?
doing my own thing, man.
That's cool.
I do that as it is. Actually, my neighborhood has like a neighborhood compost program. But this dude started this neighborhood thing where we all just pay like $6 a month, and he brings this huge pail around to all of us once every other week, and then we all put all of our scraps together, and then he takes them back to wherever the hell he has it, does his compost, and then brings us back compost. And so we've all been doing that just as kind of like a cool little fun neighborhood thing to do during COVID times. But I just thought
Sounds
that was
awesome.
That's a
Yeah.
really cool neighbor, man.
That's kind of where my head's been kicking around is getting into composting as a side hustle if I need to. And you could do worms, you could do thermophilic. Really, all you need is land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even with the worms, I mean, obviously it would be nice to have power, but even without power, you could run worm bins even outside under a shade cloth.
Yeah, you can make like a carport or a greenhouse type thing and put them in there
during the summer months and stuff, and still produce quite a bit. If you would just need to source a lot of material to break down, and figure that out. But I mean, there's all kinds of waste stream that are just
that seems easy.
Yeah, I mean, just and then you have the logistics of getting it to your place and any kind of permits. But anyhow, I think that's a huge opportunity for just about anywhere you live to just close a waste stream. What's your biggest industry? There's usually food industries, I mean, like juice bars.
Right.
Juice bars would be perfect because they're just taking all the fucking fiber and all the good stuff out of vegetables, right?
And honestly, all you would have to do probably is call one of those places and be like, hey, what do you do with this? And they'll be like, oh, I pay somebody X amount of money to throw it away. And you'd be like, oh, I'll come and take it every Thursday.
I'll come
coffee
and do that.
grounds.
No,
Coffee
come on.
grounds.
Let me give you a lesson here, Sequence. That's not what you do. You do the same thing, but then you say, I'll come and take it for half as much as what.
There you go. Yeah. No, yeah, you're smarter than me, for sure.
Oh, Bread Fan is saying that his worm bin froze. Shitty.
Rough.
It's cool because you can just keep it in the corner of your basement. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. As long as you're not overfeeding the bins and shit, you're not going to have a fuck ton of fruit flies. Keep some kind of cover on it.
The only thing that concerns me about it is my cats trying to get in there. Oh my God.
Get the tough
Just
totes
good.
that have the clips on the side.
Just get a
and-
rubber. Yeah, it's just put it in a Rubbermaid tote and you keep the lid on. You're gonna drill holes in it for air, but you
Yeah.
put like a screen on the inside of the hole, so like
Okay.
bugs and stuff can't come in and out, and that'll keep your cats out.
Okay.
At the very top, I mean, like Skibba mentioned, flies, and that's probably one of the biggest compliments or questions I get about worm bins is how do you get the flies out? And it's usually you got too wet of a layer, but put on the very top, just get shredded newspaper, shredded paper, cardboard boxes, shredded cardboard boxes. You just leave that as the top. You could just put a whole sheet of cardboard over the top as a cover on the inside.
Cardboard and diatomaceous earth for things too.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I
could do
mean?
that. The diatomaceous earth too. That won't hurt the worms at all, and it adds calcium. But some kind of a shredded paper or something is a good like little top layer to. I personally save all the fucking junk mail I get that's paper and not plastic, and I just run it through a fucking cheap ass paper shredder I got on clearance, and I produce all kinds of food and bedding for my worms just off of that. But that drier material is really nice on the top, and it'll keep flies from being in there. That's usually the easiest way I can say it.
Then if you just make sure you bury your scraps too, if you put any kind of scraps in there too. So
Yeah,
encourage
that
the
keeps
flies.
it underneath the. As long as you have that paper on top, it's like keeps it submerged or whatever, and the flies don't really.
Dave's cracking me up, dude.
Talking about
You say that guy's name?
Sukalos.
Sukalos. No, Giorgio.
Giorgio Sukalos.
Red will be here at about 10, he says. Maybe. A little bit later, probably.
Red's a working man now.
Yeah, he's working for the man right now. He's still slinging that fire, though. Don't worry.
Nice to hear that. According to Dave, he only lost one kidney over the weekend with Painted Ladies, so she didn't have too much of a cost.
Only one.
Nice. He's still laying in a bathtub full of ice right now.
I was just thinking the same fucking thing.
I had the knives all laid out and the bucket of ice over at my neighbor's for the rest of the organs. I have a couple different locations where that's going to take place.
I'm just surprised he's got useful organs.
Well, you know, I'm not. They're loaded with THC. They're packed with THC, but you know,
just gonna extract them.
There you go. Press them.
Actually, I was thankful that he was here because I was like, I was just debilitated with the migraine earlier. I just could barely function. So he actually had to take care of my. And he had to be a salt grower. He had to be a salt grower for today. He had to give him Power Psi and ooze and PK and all this stuff. And he was like, what? Just write it all down.
Spark did say it was two different languages.
It makes you feel better. It makes you feel better, Dave. Power Psi is organic, so you're good there, bro.
Well, and allegedly, so are my blue and yellow bottle. They're organic based, but
I think Dave secretly is a big fucking sweetie. So
he had no problem doing it, and I really, really appreciated it because at that point, sometimes when I get a migraine and I take my Excedrin migraine and I smoke a bowl and I can barely get the word.
Yeah, and you can't look at lights and shit.
It's a good thing that, you know, somebody was. Nope. I still haven't been down there today. I can't go down there. I want to go down. I got a new phone. Did I tell you I got a new phone? The Samsung Ultra 5G with a 108 megapixel, 100 times zoom. And man, I can check the trichomes perfectly right from my phone. It's great.
Nice.
But I still haven't figured out how to take a nice picture.
You need a tripod.
Yeah.
Maybe.
With it zoomed in that far. Well, you see a picture behind here.
Yeah, I'm looking at
to give you photo advice. You definitely need a tripod if you want it to stay stable because it's so damn close that like any movement at all is magnified by that much, like 20 times or 40 times or whatever. So the only way is a tripod with a remote shutter even. It's like you're not even holding it. Yeah.
Okay.
You have a button that's external, so even going like this will move a camera. So
I'm just struggling to even take a nice bud shot. It focuses only one part of it instead of the whole thing. And I'm just.
So this is what you should do on your phone. Just take a video instead, and then just screenshot your video because your video will be clear. And then you'll have
They
pictures.
actually, the new 25G allows you to take a video and pull shots out of it, like without even having to take a screenshot or whatever. The
Right.
technology.
Well,
So
4G.
here's my best advice on the phone to get it to focus the way you're wanting it to.
Mhm.
So back the fuck up, back up until you get the bud in the picture to the clarity that you want it. It's gonna look too fucking far away. Just do it. Back it up and get it to focus in. So you got the whole bud on there and it's to the clarity that you want it. Take that picture, open up that picture, and then zoom in to blow it up, and then screenshot that. And that's how I do mine.
That's what I used to do with my old phone at times, but this new phone has all this crazy stuff, and I want to know how to use all this crazy shit because that's what I bought the fucking phone for. So I've been watching YouTube videos and stuff and how to use it, but I just haven't had a chance to really get into it. I'll figure it out, but that's been kind of fun to play with.
You'll want to play with the white balance to get it balanced with your lights, and then that's basically the key in getting plant pictures that look normal. If you have some sort of pro mode on your camera, you want to find that. That's
what I've been using. Yeah. That's what I've used with my 9 this whole time, and I really liked it. But now with the new one, I'm like you said, I'm having trouble with the whiteness of the lights.
So like I have a cheat because I use the HLGs. I can just look at the color temperature of the HLG and set my white balance to that because I know that my lights are whatever.
Yeah.
Kelvin, right?
Yep.
And then you have your pictures will look normal.
Sweet.
You guys are going on high tech, man. I've seen Forge and Gardner said
this matters, man.
When you're using a tripod, Forge and Gardner said to also use a timer.
That's a pro tip.
I didn't think that. I was thinking, man, I really would like to be able to do it because I'm so shaky. You know what I mean?
Timer does help a lot. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Good tips, man.
Like it's super frustrating to be able to look at your plants, and I did this for years, really, and I imagine growers did even back in the day, and not be able to like show somebody what it looks like without handing it to them, because I never had a camera, never had a phone, never had anything that could take a picture that was good enough. So I went through a lot of effort to learn all that stuff. So I'm happy to help other people. They're searching for the same thing because it's definitely a thing that I can understand that people would search for. Super, super fun. This picture that's behind me is like 50 pictures stacked all on top of each other, like an MRI machine.
Got to explain what stacking is.
Yeah, I don't want to explain it much more than that, but I have a lot of fancy camera shit.
Explain in 30 seconds. The advice that I told Painted Lady, reverse that. You get as close as you fucking possibly can and get as clear as possible picture as close as you can. And then you do that all over and take thousands of pictures. And then you stack them all together so you have it focused everywhere.
Yeah, my picture, it'll use a fixed thing and then just take pictures at set distance away. So the tripod actually has a head on it that moves on a motorized rail. So I can move it in set microns and then take a picture every 1 micron and then make a picture like that. It's wild. It's just like an MRI machine, but for taking pictures of cannabis. But it takes a long time. It's like an 8-hour day to take 1 picture.
You guys follow that Eric Nugshots guy?
Yep, that's what he does. Yep, stack focus macros. Yep.
He's like amazing.
He's the guy. He's who all of us follow that do what I do right there.
And there's another guy too that's pretty level with him too. I can't think of his name, but another photographer that's awesome.
There's one on Instagram called Video Macro. It's another very inspirational one that does very similar pictures, except for it'll be like 10,000 pictures at once and turn into a video.
There's an Instagram account called like Traberto, another one I follow. That's really good shots. Dirty Cordy used a period, it appears.
He did, because that is Eric Nugshot's name on Instagram. This is a good time to mention. I am intending on ending our partnership with Streamlabs at the end of this month. So if you have any interest whatsoever in getting our merch that is on there, buy it now, because we're not going to pay for it again. And the bot will no longer be removing your shit. The Streamlabs merch has been slow to ship and all that type of stuff, so we haven't been gaining much value from it anyways. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be ending that. But if you want stuff like the fanny pack, if you want some of the stuff that's only available on there, like the hats and stuff are right now, make sure you go and get them because they won't be available soon.
But eventually, we'll be trying to work towards something again.
Oh yeah, working on it.
So I got a little show and tell.
Hey.
Look at what I got in the mail the other day as a big fucking surprise.
Irie.
Oh, what's in there?
Ooh.
Oh,
Does it say
shit.
10 out of 25?
It sure does.
Yep.
Nice. This must be some sweet testers.
Oh,
Oh, stickers.
Thanks for your support, Rasta
Rasta
Jeff.
Jeff.
Rasta Jeff's got a cool marker.
That's that silver paint pen. Take a fat dab and give your mom a hug for me.
I love
a
it,
classic.
dude.
That is just the line from the
Like
show.
Oh.
Right?
Stickers.
I love
Podcast.
As
Yeah.
everybody knows that, I'm not flipping everybody off. It's just showing the sticker.
Rasta Jeff is the coolest guy.
This is the coolest part.
He is cool.
Yep. So
Painted Lady, you got to get him on here to talk to us.
Strawberry Starburst.
I wish.
Strawberry Fields
and
and
Rice.
Hell yeah, I bet that's good.
Okay. And then wait, I don't want to reveal the best one the best one next. Okay. Then there's
Sunkiss.
Platinum.
Oh man,
Oh, sorry.
I bet that's good.
It's gonna be frosty as fuck.
That's right up my alley.
That's what he used in the Orange Gasm, wasn't it? The Platinum Tangy.
yeah. And then
Lady Marmalade.
Oh, ooh, Mandarin Sunset Cross. Interesting.
fuck yeah, this was the strain he gave out on the Black Friday only. Like you got like 5 seeds if you bought like some ones.
Oh,
So
Nice.
and then dun, 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 dun. You ready? Who's playing the fucking drums?
I don't have the fucking drums.
Is that Jack the Ripper F2?
Oh,
Fuck
that's dope.
yeah. Jack the Ripper
Yes.
crosses.
Why aren't those?
Testers.
Why are those still in the fucking package? What are you fucking doing?
They're testers.
I would put them.
Oh,
in
what am I
fucking water.
doing? I just got them like the other day. I wasn't
The other day, I thought you were gonna say today. Why aren't they wet yet?
Oh, but that's what he said.
That's what I said too.
How you need the drums.
No,
really
because
cool.
I don't have room yet. But I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I just popped seeds. I think I told you guys I just popped some seeds like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that's awesome.
but when a breeder goes out of his way to do something like that, that's why I'm not being here like, this is what I fucking got. I'm not out there doing that
No, it's
chat.
cool.
I want to say that Rasta Jeff does shit like this when you support him. And, he's taught me a shitload about growing. And I want to mention that as much as I can, because when a breeder takes the time to do nice shit like that, then for people like me, like, I'm just a grower and I'm just a caregiver in Michigan, and like
Yeah.
crazy. to me.
He's got my favorite show. So if you haven't checked that
The
out, check
Grow
that out.
from
Grow from
Your
Your
Heart podcast. Yeah.
Yep, it's going.
Yep, it premieres every Mondays and Thursdays on YouTube and Spotify and whatever else, and it's a
All the
great
podcasts. Yeah.
great podcast. And he's a great breeder, and the genetics are crazy good, and that's why
Yeah, you
Can't
can tell
hurry
he's
on
got a lot of
my-
passion for the plant.
I'm a fan of the Lemon Jeffrey.
I got the
Me
Orange
too.
Gasm. I'm going to be popping Orange Gasm next, and I have a Rise Beans. I just haven't. They're not in the. I've got too much other fire to get to before that.
yeah. But I've got those Afterglow testers just about ready, and that vino I have is just delicious. So, pictures to come if I can get that camera working right.
Oh, you'll get it.
I'll get it.
You'll get it. Weedus asks if you hugged your mom.
I would. I have.
Jeff.
They're down in Florida. My mom's in Florida. I haven't seen her in a couple of years. COVID. Hashtag COVID times.
Yeah, man.
But I will, Weedest.
Dave says the afterglow is sexy.
I want to know what Yeti has been dabbing down there.
Probably the same stuff I'm dabbing.
First dab was some papaya.
Okay.
I'm going fruity tonight on the terps. Papaya's like super wet batter. And then that last dab was Bahama Mama, which is also like Tropicana terps. It's like savory Tropicana terps. Super fire.
Dude,
I like
love-
the fruity terps sometimes.
What it's like to be the guy that washes the hash is that you just got, like, how many flavors of jars do you got in front of you? You probably got like 6 or 8 different ones or more.
I got a couple. I got this other fruity nice one from Select that just like,
Oh, nice.
I feel like it like zings on like pineapple great terps for me, and it's a treat for sure.
Pineapple grape.
I don't know. There's a dab that I'll probably crush right now with you guys, but yeah, it's a Slurricane #2.
We got hash time in 5 minutes.
All right, yeah, it's going down.
Dude, I love
So
your
recovering
durian,
from
man.
that last one.
Your durian is awesome. I love the
Oh, I
weird
did
ass
too.
flavor, and I can't describe what the flavor is, but I just really dig it, man.
Dude, it's
Is
really
that
like
gross
orange.
stuff?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the durian wax was like or hash was like a orange with like a real funk on the end of it. It was like
Yeah.
amazing.
Somebody
Super
said that it reminds them of the zebra gum, which like I could kind of almost get that a little bit.
Maybe
where
the
they're coming
first
from
chew
that,
and a half
the
before it
stripes.
loses all its flavors. That gum loses its flavor in fucking 90 seconds, man.
True,
Yeah.
yeah, you just got to keep munching that stuff.
That stuff gets you prepared for like,
So you get a big
I don't
chop.
know, the disappointments of life, I guess.
The new toy syndrome.
Oh
man.
man,
Yeah.
We have 162
Yes.
people chilling with us right now. I just want to say cheers to you. Hopefully, you've been able to hang out with us for a while now, have some good laughs, and definitely learn a few things from these guys.
Please
Just
give
getting
us a
ready.
like.
I'm getting a bowl packed up for hash time, and I just want to shout out
Yeah.
Dank Van Dan one more time. We miss you, buddy. But this has been sitting on my desk in room temperature conditions for a week, and look how stable this shit still is. I mean, it still looks like it's been in the fridge.
Dude, mine actually focused for once.
I can't get the damn thing to focus. Fuck that thing.
Well, it's fixed. I think it's fixed focus. There you go.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I go all blurry and shit. But I have more than you. So here, let me show you what the real shit looks like after a week in the room temperature. Come on.
Whoops.
Sequence
My bad.
pulled me away.
My bad.
Come on. Dun-dun.
Oh my goodness. I pulled this shit up for this.
It's bam.
Oh, there you go.
There it is. Oh, you gotta get right up on it.
You have to,
Yeah,
ooh.
you're way up there.
Well,
No, I was watching to make sure I didn't get a curly Q on the screen there. Be licking the fucking camera. Turn the camera off, take a big lick of it, rub the end of the joint in it or something. So we are doing hash time here in 2 minutes now.
Spartan's trying again. Let's see.
He's
Scobo's
gotta play
trick
with
is not
this.
working.
dude, I'm touching the screen, so
Nope,
I can't.
hold
too
on.
close,
Hold
so
on.
I'm
You're
gonna
no, you're
back
not.
up.
Nope. Go a little closer.
I can't.
Go a little
I'm
closer,
touching
he
it.
says.
Closer than touching it.
It's arid extra dry, man. Get in there.
I'm just backing it out more and more and more. I don't know. It sucks.
Baby, come back.
Oh shit. Where's the best place to get Rasta Jeff's stuff?
From Rasta Jeff.
Seeds Here Now, Dirty Qwerty says. I've bought seeds from
Yeah.
Seeds Here Now, and I was not disappointed.
That's where I got mine from. And they
That's nice
came
because that's a
quick.
U.S. That's not. You're
It
not
is a
going with any
U.S.
kind of
I got
customs
seeds in like
bullshit.
3 days.
And they
Man.
support the dude grows.
What?
They support
Yeah.
dude grows too. So
Holy shit, man.
It was amazing.
James Bean.
Yep, that's good service there.
Damn, I almost grabbed my fucking microscopes instead of my dab pen.
If you want, you can look on Seed Seller. We have a discount code. It might be cheaper there. I'm not sure. It's in the caption here of this video.
Oh, I don't know if they carry. Do they carry? Irie?
Shout
I'm
out
not
to
sure.
the Can of Kate hanging out over there at the seed seller, getting it done.
Code MBGS. Got 11% off. I
Remember
believe
carry-
I've paid Seeds Here Now with just my credit card, my debit card.
Oh yeah.
They
Pretty
do.
sure, or like PayPal even.
They go down once in a while. They get shut down, but if you catch them on a good time, you can pay by credit card.
They'll be back.
In 2020 Mendocino, I think they sell those at Seed Seller. I know that. I've
Yep.
seen them up there.
Yep, they got Ethos up there.
Dude,
Seed
they
Seller.
got some.
It is kind of nice to have a physical place to pick up seeds, so you could go like pay cash for some
Yeah.
seeds. That's
Right.
pretty cool.
Some people want to stay under their radar, and with that,
As far as I know, it's one of the only places you can go to actually buy seeds.
In Michigan,
As
that I
far as
know
a
of.
physical place, yeah,
and that's it, Jackson.
yeah.
Shout out Dagbed Dad, brother. Ooh.
Davin Yeti stuff. Shout out to Yeti, even though he's gone. He disappeared for hash time.
Oh, he smoked himself into the ether. It
The
says
aliens
money.
picked him up, dude.
Chris Mertz says money order only at Seeds Here Now these days.
Oh,
And then there is a GFYH10 and a Dudes 10 on Seeds Here Now works as a code.
That's the Dude Grows code. Yeah, the 10%.
dude grows and yeah, grow for your
Nice.
heart.
It says where again in Jackson? I don't know, man. It's probably if you look at their website. They'll have it on
Okay,
there.
so on Jackson, it's on Michigan Avenue, Old Michigan Avenue, and it's let me see, where's my best description of where it is, where it's situated. Okay, if you know where the Dairy Queen is, I can't remember the name of that cross street. I think it's maybe no, that's not High Street. That's something else there. Whatever the fuck, I think it's like Cooper or some shit. At Michigan Ave,
I
there's
think
a
it's a
Dairy
cross
Queen.
of Michigan Ave and Google.com.
Yeah, there's a
just
Dairy
kidding.
Queen right there. And if you can find the Dairy Queen, you're fucking within walking distance, like throwing stones distance of the seed seller.
Holy shit, this is so fucking good. Cheers. 1620 East Mich. Nice job, Dirty.
There you go. Thank you, Dirty
Hit us
Corey.
with the address. Nice.
1620 East Michigan Ave.
You put 3 periods in there and managed to not get banned by the bot. I think you get an award for that.
Ooh, that's the new thing, guys. Use the ellipses. That's when we'd be fancy about shit. Abolished aquatics.
Oh, they just wanted the
Cheers.
name of it. It was called the Seed Seller, but the seller spelled like C, like a root seller, not like selling something.
CELLAR rather than SELLER.
They have a
Not,
webpage.
not cellular, seller.
I'm pretty sure they take online orders too. I'm not sure if they ship or not. Probably.
They-
Yeah, you
Actually,
can email them.
they take orders online. Kate talked about this when she was on. She said they prefer if you would order online and then go there and pick them up. So you can use your discount code when you go there to the store. Because of the COVID stuff, you can't like go in and like poke
Nice.
around.
Nice.
So
Look
they
at that bowl
prefer if
burning.
Yeah, the bowl's on fire.
That's the way you want it for hash time.
Your hash right there.
That's how you know when Dan's hash is fire. It just stays on fire.
But yeah, that's what they would recommend is that you order online, and then it's probably easier for you to look through their library online too.
Yeah.
The store is technically open, Beardman Farms, but I don't think you can go into it. But I'm not.
And their
positive.
store is a lot like shopping online anyway. They have some seeds spread out on like a display for you to look through, but their whole catalog is on like a tablet that you go through anyway. So it's going to be very similar to going online anyway. So if you have online access and all that, you might want to at least preview that so you know what you want when you go in there. But if you can give them a heads up so they can search it out, and it's just going to save you time when you go in there.
I forgot to mention that it was Miss C's birthday.
Yeah, I
Abolished. I'm
was
so
just gonna
sorry.
say.
Yeah, it's Miss C's birthday. That's why they're busy tonight. They're just listening. They're taking the night off and probably smoking down, drinking some of their Kool-Aid, eating some of Miss C's edibles she made.
Happy birthday, Miss C.
Yeah, I hope you guys are having a great night.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Hope you enjoyed hash time. I forgot that he said it was her birthday earlier.
Yeah, man.
Email is my greatest investment I ever made.
Yeti, where did you teleport to? You like fucking dabbed out on us.
He's on Mars, dude.
Had to find the trusty phone charger here. Almost really lost you guys.
What's the last thing you've washed?
Well, I think it was actually that Bahama Mama that I'm chiefing on now. But before that, I went in on a bunch of Cushments for friend Michigan Family Farms, which was a really fun project. Washed beautifully. Dude has a very clean garden, and you can really tell when you like get to washing. It's just like super clean resin heads, and it holds up really well in the wash. It doesn't want to like break down and get green on you. It just makes
Making your life
night
easier.
and day when you get good material, and makes my job a lot easier. It just makes me super happy working on it.
Does it change the color of the finished product too? If it's like cleaner or physically dirtier or whatever?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely will. And mostly the way it melts as well. Like it will just like, I feel like char up nails a lot more if there's contaminants that are left behind, where, you
Mhm.
know, certain contaminants are always going to be there, you know, can't really wash them away.
Right, right.
It's almost your time to
Yeah,
shine. The
right.
temperatures keep dropping. The snow's going to start coming here pretty soon, and it'll be time, man.
Yeah, it's been perfect weather, honestly. And I've just been really working real hard in the washroom and getting it like exactly how I want it. And everything's coming together really nicely.
You haven't ran out of stuff to do for a while, have you? Staying
No.
busy.
No, I've been staying busy for sure. I have some more fresh rosin coming in from Michigan Medical Mids this week. He has some Sunday Driver that I'll be going in on, and some crunch berries. He has like a strong lemon terp on it, so that should be fun. And then actually some Bahama Mama from my friend Parky Sparky, or Sparky Parky. I don't know if I which way it is there, but he's another very good gardener. So
Michigan Medical Mids sounds like a tough brand name.
right, but yeah, he does amazing work, man. All
Yeah,
the
he probably
gardens are
does.
top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sunday
definitely
Driver
one
is
to
really
one to
nice.
check out for sure. He's always working on some really nice gardens. Yeah. Real stand up, you know, pleasure to work with kind of guy.
Tell you what, I really noticed a difference in strains when extracting with alcohol today. I was running, it was GMO. It was GMO and Mac, actually, funny enough.
Nice.
But yeah, oh my God, I don't know if I've smelled such a foul fucking smell coming out of that fucking oil that came out of that. I was just like, it's like concentrated GMO. Oh God, it was fucking terrible.
Oh man,
I need
that's
it.
what went into the
I
edibles.
need it.
I'm not sure if that was the one. I just grabbed one out of there. I'm not sure if I grabbed that one or not when I made the edibles, but that might be the
Man.
source of the disgusting taste.
True garlic cookies.
It's interesting though. I mean, you pair
Real.
that right. If you
Yeah,
maybe
true
use
garlic
that
cookies.
towards like
Those are the
some
smart garlic.
lasagna or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
steak or something.
Or just put it in
Yeah,
some,
use it savory.
put it in some butter and just throw it on a fucking potato, a baked potato.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Shit was foul though. It was
Dude, you
it was
gotta
like
get-
more greasy, more it was more viscous and liquidy or whatever, but it was more just I don't know how else like oil slicky. Like I just knew there was more something there, something different than what I normally see.
Berkshire Bud wants
Sounds
to know
cool.
if that was a quick wash or if it was a long soak.
So it was less than 24 hours because I put it to soak last night around midnight, and I filtered it around 11 o'clock this morning. So we'll just call it a 12-hour soak. So whatever you consider that.
Do you agitate it at all?
Yeah. Yep. Probably 4 times in that 12 hours.
Okay.
I just take the bag out and move it around and put it back. Nothing really crazy.
All right. So one of the news things that I had come across was on December 8th, there was a thing talking about how it says marijuana, but I'm going to say cannabis is Maine's biggest agricultural commodity. So they totaled $221.8 million from January through October, more than double of what they got last year. So I didn't know that Maine was really doing that out there, and now it's their biggest agricultural commodity. So how about that?
That's awesome. I wonder if, well, that's all indoor too. That's kind of really
As I say,
interesting
does
about
that
it.
mean it's they've produced it, or does that just mean they're buying it?
I think that it would be grown there. I'm looking though. It says that compares to 184 million for potatoes, 123 million for milk, 26 million for blueberries. So it's really interesting.
But if that was just like a consumption number, then I would be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. But if
It
it's
says it includes sales from 8 medical marijuana dispensaries and a network of almost 3,000 registered caregivers serving 65,000 certified patients.
nice,
Oh yeah. How
that's
many
fucking-
They're
patients
used to
does
similar,
Michigan have?
similar to. I'll try to look that up.
Michigan's bleeding patients. They're not even adding them.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm keeping
Yeah.
my card.
I think that we lost half of the patient count in like 1 year, or half of the caregiver count in 1 year.
Yeah, people don't realize that if you have a card, you double your plant count as a single person.
Exactly.
I have both cards. I have my caregiver and I keep my patient because what can it hurt? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I would still have my caregiver too if the state would allow me, but
Yeah.
they feel like if you grow professionally that you're not qualified to grow fucking for patients, I guess.
I don't
Yeah.
understand that. It's a weird, very weird logic. I don't know.
I think they think we're double dipping.
How so? The
Yeah,
shit
I'd
that
like
I
to show
grow
them
and
how that's
cultivate.
yeah, I'd like to
is
show them how that's possible with metric tracking. How is that
Right.
even fucking possible?
Exactly. I get paid in dollars, not dank ass grams.
All right, so according to MJ Biz Daily, the amount of caregivers in Michigan has decreased from 37,000 in October 2019 to 31,500 in September 2020. So not as drastic as I had previously read somewhere else.
That was caregivers, but what are the patient number?
That was
this
6,000,
article
right?
doesn't say, but yeah, that went down by 6,000.
That's a considerable amount of people, guys. It's nothing to be scoffed at. Think of the net you would have to throw around wherever the fuck you live to try to find 6,000 people that are growers, let alone 6,000 caregivers. And think of how wide your net would have to be. Maybe some folks that are really, really in the metro areas, it wouldn't have to be that big of a net, but it's a lot of fucking people.
That's what I really think. I don't know
It's a
how
lot
it
of
could happen.
it's a lot of patients that are getting fucking left out to dry to me.
Michigan
just
has
go back.
262,000 medical marijuana patients.
Yeah, see, that's
What was the number in
insane.
2019?
So that's 2.62% of the population.
You see, that's an insane
See.
amount of patients for that few amount of fucking caregivers to even try to take care of.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oklahoma has 7.92% of the
Oklahoma
population who are patients.
That's because probably 30% of the population right now are all immigrants.
Yeah.
But I would like to. I would just like to see the state change the rules on the caregiver side to allow the caregivers to group together and pool
I
resources
agree.
Collective.
and do collectives.
I
Yeah,
agree. It's made it really hard for people to go from like what we're trying to do to something more, right?
I think they should make it easier on the caregivers. But I mean, look
Mhm.
at those numbers that you just showed. I mean, what the patients more than quadruple the caregivers that are even available out there. So why not make it easier for those caregivers to get good medicine out to the patients rather than make it handicap them and restrict the amount of caregivers there are? Even it's just insane to me.
Can we answer a question real quick from Detroit River Rat? He wants to know, how difficult is it to be a caregiver?
I don't know what they mean by difficult in what sense, but
Meaning either
Like on
qualifications.
paper.
Yeah, I would think he probably doesn't understand what the difference is between a regular patient and a caregiver, and if you have to, do you have to take a test for that? Do
Well,
you
to
know,
be-
like
Oh.
anything? Exactly.
Yeah, so to be a caregiver in Michigan, you have to have qualified patients or somebody who's got their card name you on their application as your caregiver. You're going to be submitted to a background check to make sure you don't have any felonies, and as long as you pass that, you're a caregiver. That's how easy it is to be
it's
a caregiver.
pretty easy. Yeah.
There you go.
Uh,
I gotta ask.
answer is
I gotta
different.
ask the questions.
Yeah, that's the bare bones answer. That's the bare bones caregiver. But if you want to be a good caregiver, then there's a billion other steps, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's all quality control after that.
That's like legal.
Yeah, it's just giving a
Because
fuck.
you're
Just giving a
dealing-
fuck with the people. Yep.
Yeah.
Just give it to him. It's not rocket science, really.
And you can help out 5 people, and then you can get a card yourself.
And then you can do your 12 rec.
The medical side is the patient side is the side that has a little bit of detriments, I guess, is like where they arguably infringe on your rights and whatnot by you having cards and firearms and blah blah blah. So that's the one that more people are apt to like not want to have, typically.
And then Bilbo Baggins, which I love that name. Hobbit is one of my favorite books, and movies is pretty good too. But he asked the great question here. He says, why couldn't a caregiver be a felon? It seems messed up if you paid your dues back to society. 100% agree with you, but hey, we don't write the laws. These old fucks sitting there fucking getting nice and dusty in their chairs, they're writing the laws. We just have to follow them.
As a felon, you can't work in a grow, right?
You can't work in a lot of places. You're discriminated against in a lot of places if you're a felon. It's absolutely ridiculous. You're supposed to go to prison. That means you're supposed to pay your debt to society. You shouldn't be punished for that.
Right.
If you pay your debt, you pay your debt. It should fall off and you never should see it again. But that's not really the case, is it?
You're also discriminated against if you're a cannabis user, right?
Right.
Oh,
now that's 2 strikes now.
Yeah, there's people out there with felonies for doing something that's 100% legal for somebody to do today in the same spot. That's what's really crazy.
Dude, it's hard enough to find a job as it is in general. Now you tack on the felony, and then you say, well, and I smoke weed too. You know, like most
they don't drug test you to see if you get drunk after work, you know?
No.
Those assholes.
No.
We get on my soapbox real quick.
No, that's fine.
Like
give it out.
You know, like we're on the cannabis show, and I think it's fair to
we know our audience.
Horse shit. You know what I mean?
We know our audience.
Yeah.
Well, there's where you vote with your dollars, you know?
Yeah.
I guess. Just try not to give your dollars to people that do that kind of thing if you can. I know it's not doable for everything, but every little bit helps.
My boss does know that I grow. My boss knows that I have a podcast even, but most people are not so fortunate to be in that situation where they can be that honest. And in almost all situations, like if you're not operating heavy machinery, you should be able to go home and get high, you know? Just like you should be able to go home and drink a beer if you want to. So
I'm gonna be honest. I think what everybody can do, and this is what everybody can do. What everybody can do is just be a good example, be a human being, be an awesome human being, and then own up to it. Fuck it. That's what I did. You know,
yeah, I like to say that we're all good examples of productive like stoners that go to work and we pay our bills and we have our own houses and we take care of our kids and like we do all of the shit. And we're not all the stereotypes, right? That like people say that every stoner is or whatever. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are sitting at home being like, yeah, that's me too. I smoke weed and I still go to work and, you know, my kids still eat dinner and that type of, you know.
And the thing is that everybody in chat is relatable. So that means that they're doing the thing too.
Yeah.
Give yourself some credit in chat, man. You guys
it's a frustrating thing. And like that law has changed in some places.
It's a lot of juggling, man.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is even at work, be a fucking good worker. Be somebody that they miss if you're not there. And then be also a fucking cannabis smoker. And you'll be surprised how their attitude changes. when I worked at the factory, my boss fucking, I'm not going to shout out his name because I don't want to throw him under the table, but I really want to. But he knew that I was not only a smoker, but a grower. He knew damn sure. In fact, he wanted to finance a grow for me and stuff. I just refused to work with the guy because I wasn't a fan.
Right.
But he knew. But he didn't. I still had a job there for as long as I wanted to work there. Why? Because I wasn't somebody they could replace very easily. So, I mean, be an asset and then be proud of what you are, and then what I call be a cannabis warrior. Just be like, yeah, I fucking support cannabis. And I'm also a fucking productive person in society. What now? You know what I mean? What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. Like it's our responsibility to be like, carry the torch and be like people that are members of some of the first, post legalization, right? That are coming out and being at work and being like, hey, I smoke and I'm at work and like doing all the normal shit. Please remove this stigma from me. You have to also like do all this stuff and earn it for yourself. So I think that it's our responsibility to do so.
I would add on to that. And there is a question in chat. Taco wanted to know if it's 12 per person or 12 per parcel for rec. I have 6 people in the house. And so the answer to that is there's 12 per household.
Correct.
You can't have 72 plants just because you have 6 people in the household.
Unless you have a medical. Yeah, on the medical
Well,
side.
then
we
now
still
then
do
you could
that.
really, yeah.
But yeah, the rec side of things, absolutely right. You're only going to get 12 rec plants per property.
But that does mean that if I have my card and I'm in Michigan, obviously I can have 24 plants because
Yeah.
I'm getting 12 rec for the household,
Yep.
and I'm getting 12 there.
They have to be separated. If you have 24
I'll
plants in
separate them.
the same room, they're going to
Yeah.
tell you that you're breaking the law.
So like your veg room can be your rec plants, and your flower room can be your med plants.
That's the game right there.
They both
gives
seem
me
to
a
add
few
up to
things
12.
that-
That's weird.
Right. It just works out that way.
Just make sure they both
Between
have locks.
clones, you know.
Yeah.
Just make sure both entries to that or their entryway to those areas have a locked door that only you.
Dude, I have
Nobody
signage,
else,
man.
only you. If you're a caregiver, then only you and your patients are also allowed to have access. But that's it. So nobody else. Even if there's investors involved, they're not your patient. They're not the caregiver. They're not allowed in the grow. Boyfriends, girlfriends, not allowed in the grow. Just telling you the law. I'm not telling you my opinions on those things. I'm just telling you the law.
Yep. No, it's true. Yep.
Trying to keep up with chat and all that stuff. We have 188 people chilling with us. I just want to say cheers. I hope you're having a good night. You're able to smoke along with us.
Thank you, chat. Thank you for being here. Please give us a like. I see we're at 186 viewers and 80 likes. The more likes we have, the higher we are in some sort of algorithm, and more people might see this, and maybe we can
And show them
help someone.
recommendations. Yeah.
If you have any questions, please ask. We will be happy to answer them.
It should be about red fucking setter time, man. Where is this dude
It's
at,
about
man?
time, dude. I was thinking
Fuck.
that, but I didn't want to put the pressure on him like that.
You
But
should
you
be
just
beaming
did,
in.
so
I want to shout out Bilbo Baggins in chat again. Another great one that I've said myself a million times. Says should have to smoke the ganja to write laws for the ganja. How can you write laws for something you don't know zip about? Oh my god, I would love to see. I would love to see at the
We'll burn down
beginning
with them.
of every fucking meeting, the fucking board fucking just sit there and blaze up, and then fucking you get shit done, man.
Dude, you got to give them those heavy.
it could be
sativas.
sponsored. They'd be like, "What are you guys smoking today? We're smoking Mitten Canico's whatever."
Yeah. People just bringing in jars for them.
Yeah.
Delta 9, so did I.
We have a question from Stagman in chat. Is foxtail just a little bit in the last week of flower a normal thing in some strains and phenos? Does anyone know? And I
Yes,
would
it
say yes. In some
Yes.
strains, phenos,
yeah.
it is very normal. Sometimes it also means that you're pushing a lot of certain nutrients. Is it like phosphorus, right? It'll make certain plants
Good
foxtail.
PK boost for sure.
And then maybe a light intensity. Sometimes if you're over on your light intensity, you can like make plants foxtail.
Or even heat.
Yeah, heat
It's like
stress
think
for
of
sure.
the plant trying to get fluffy to
Right.
get rid of the heat. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel like there's like the good foxtails and bad.
right
Like
it's
that,
good.
like what you're talking about, I feel like is like the bad foxtail where it gets super fluffy and not good. But then some super like dense buds like Lego at the end and just like looks super
Like
cool.
GMO
I
is a
think.
good description of one that foxtails in a good way, just very
Yeah.
normally.
The headlights does for me too.
Headlight. I was just gonna say headlights was one too. It's just like it's like a spiky crown or something.
Sometimes they get really crazy on it too. Like if they're, and I'm not saying they're like in the like, oh shit, I'm getting foxtails because I'm burning the fuck out of this plant. But when they're in that really sweet zone, man, sometimes they'll just grow all kinds of crazy horns and thorns off them, man. It's beautiful.
I just ran
Yeah,
a
it's like-
couple lemon Jeffrey and some orange gasm, a few different phenos, and I
grab one.
had
Hold on.
some really nice squishers.
On both or
Well, that's good
Oh.
to know.
Yeah, I had like one that was really nice for flower, I thought, and then a couple that foxtailed like that I thought would, and even as a concentrate dummy, I was like, I bet you that would be a good squisher.
So tell me about the orange gasm because that'll be the next seeds that I pop. What were the phenos that you got and the ones that you kind of decided to keep?
The mean girl I thought was the one that's good for flower. And then the other two, there was one that was sweeter in flavor, sweeter orange, and then there was one that was a little bit more sour. And orange terps aren't my favorite. I've growing both of them, the lemon Jeffrey and the orange gasm. I love the flavor and the terps more of the lemon Jeffrey than I do the orange gasm. and the lemon Jeffrey lets me get everything done. But the orange gasm is a punch in the face. And that's when you're like, holy shit, I'm fucking blazed. So yeah, you sit back in the car. I think that was what Dave said. It was like all of a sudden he's like, holy fuck, I'm blazed.
The orange gasm seems more indica-like or more potent.
Yeah, I'd say it was a little bit more, well, both. I don't know if it's more indica. It just is like,
I think
whoa.
all of Jeff's stuff is all sativa mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
just
exciting.
is like you just really notice that you're blazed, and with where lemon Jeffrey,
I
it's
love that
kind
stuff,
of a
man.
morning. Yeah, and I can just get everything done.
Yeah, I
like
know what
a
you're
couple
saying.
hours.
Like, because there's some strains you smoke and like instead of it making you like foggy, which is what like a lot of like the stereotypical high will feel like, it's like really clear and sharp, and that sounds really fun.
That's yeah, and I have some veterans. I have a veteran patient that really likes the lemon Jeffrey for his PTSD. Just
That's really
FYI
nice.
for
Good
Chad.
thing to drop out there for somebody.
Yep. And sorry, Chad, I'm not in chat tonight. In case anybody asked a question, I apologize. I'm not ignoring you. I just had a migraine earlier, and it's really hard for me to watch all those words racing by. So if anybody has a question, just shout it out. And
We're getting to them. Yeah, we're doing it. Chat did a good job. I mentioned the likes, and the likes went up by 20, and now we have 193 viewers instead of 180. So good job, chat.
Welcome to the
Appreciate you guys. Welcome to the new viewers.
I'm trying to trim this up a little bit before I try to show it off.
Let's judge what he's doing, both in skill.
Oh, Jesus.
And
take
quality.
my glasses off.
It's a nice looking cola there.
What is that?
This
Look
is
at that
fucking
thing.
headlights, bro.
Okay.
This is one of
That's
them.
a donkey
Okay,
dick.
so I shake like drugstore dice, guys. Don't fucking get me for it. So it's gonna shake, but just
You got a little bit of foxtails for sure.
yeah.
Like you were saying. It's really pretty though.
Thank you. I bring it in a little closer just to get better.
How's she smelling? I bet you she's
It's
stinking
fucking
up that
so
whole fucking
goddamn
place.
dank, dude. So fucking dank.
Guys, he's not using gloves because that is only his cannabis. He's not.
Yeah, it's just me, man.
That's not for anybody else. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good job.
Thank you. I love this shit. I feel like anytime that I succeed when I'm fucking around doing this growing stuff now after talking
Anytime
to
you
all
make it to the
guys,
end.
yeah, man.
You're
When
like,
I make
fuck
it to
yeah,
the fucking
done it
end,
again.
right, and it works. It's kind of like a good karma thing for me. I always like to give thanks where thanks is due to people. So I like to thank my friends that gifted me these strains to be able to grow out and enjoy as my own, not just like recreational smoke, but fucking, dude, this shit's medicine for me. Like for real, I'm not even trying to joke around.
Are you
about
still
it.
getting Salisbury steak out of that or what?
I won't get it. Right now. It's more like the garlicky kind of side of things, but as you jar it, then it turns more into the meatier Salisbury steak meatloaf kind of terps.
Perfect.
And then if you let it go long enough, it actually turns into like beef stroganoff. So it runs the gamut on those classic meals. Gets that cream later on.
Dr. Dankenstein says, I can smell the Salisbury steak TV dinner from here.
That's right. I got to get back over to Doc's house, man.
He's a good dude. Shout out to Doc. This is gone. Whoa, my light is so intense.
Oh, yeah, your fangirl light.
There we go. Doc Dankenstein Oreos, dry sift. It was fantastic. I dabbed about a whole gram in one day, but proof that it's empty. Good job, Doc.
See, that's the cut that I have because he, giving thanks, he gifted me the Oreos cut, so that's hanging up too.
Yeah, the Oreos is good, man.
I put his TS triple shine or whatever the hell that was.
T-shine, triangle shine.
Triangle shine.
I put that triangle shine into it was in the water for a little while and it started to get the little nubs of root, so I put them in root ride cubes. I got
you're gonna like it, man.
3 of those.
Oh, Red is here.
And then I also I want to shout out to Doc because he said he secured some lime skunk fucking clones, so I'm excited about that because when he brought that shit was, I liked it. I liked
Dude,
it.
I'm getting.
Dude, I can't wait to pop these lime seeds I got from Brandon.
Yeah, you got the Limarilla. That's
I just got to get this house, man.
Yep, and I got to get mine popped too. And fucking, I secured the fucking Donnie Burger. I just got a.
Oh boy.
So Michigan Matt, shout out to him. He's gonna hook me up with Donnie Burger. I smoked a nug of that, and I was like, instantly, I just texted him. I'm like, dude, I need a cut. I need to
Okay,
cut.
so what is this? What is Donnie Burger?
That's a G, man.
So
Big fan.
Sour garlic cookies.
So Donnie Burger is okay. Han Solo Burger is Larry OG crossed to GMO, right? And then, so that's Han Solo Burger. Donnie Burger is the Han Solo Burger crossed back to GMO again.
Oh,
All right, that's up my alley.
so now which way does it lean?
That seems like it's something that you wouldn't like.
Yeah, because you're not the
Dude,
garlic
seen that?
dude.
Okay, so what I got with this nug when I smoked it was what I don't like about the GMO is how strong it is on the garlic.
Right.
But this was less garlic and it was way more funk, like burnt rubber,
Now you're talking.
fucking just skunky
Yeah.
funk background stuff.
Okay.
So that's what I'm about. You know what I mean? And it's not so much I'm looking for those terps, it's the high that comes with it. I mean, I smoked one bowl and felt it just a little bit, which fuck is amazing to me. So yeah, I had to ask for that. So as soon as he's able to get some cuts, he's gonna hook me up with one. I can't wait.
Yeah, you've got some tolerance, man. So if it gets to you, it's got to be good.
It could
When
just be
I-
something different, a different terpene or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do get that like strain tolerance, but I've noticed like when I pull out GMO and smoke it, it does
It always does
a
the
different
trick.
sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got one.
That
to
looks
go into
really good,
flour,
Red.
too.
Welcome to the show, Red.
Cheers, Red.
What do you got there?
Hey, cheers, everybody. Let's see. This is some of my outdoor, sun-grown 2020 Southeast Michigan. Where are we at? Zone 6, I
Some
think.
good looking outdoor, friend.
Death Star.
Looks really dense.
I think, man. I am. There we go. How about that?
Looking
Yeah.
super dense, right?
Very
Give her a
uncoordinated
squeeze.
right
Yeah, let's
now.
see her.
Squeeze it.
She's
Yeah,
not a
give her a squeeze.
marshmallow.
Let's see
Is
this
she
thing.
marshmallow?
No way.
Oh, no. That is
Yeah,
not a
boy.
marshmallow at all. See how she bounces back?
That's good right there.
Doing.
That's
I
how
grew
that
Death Star too.
goes.
We should compare our Death Stars, Red, the greenhouse
They're-
to the outdoor.
They're both outdoor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded dirty.
We haven't trimmed the Death Star yet, so we still have to get to it.
A little nugs
That'd be
that
cool.
I'm gonna pop in the bowl because I'm not gonna take 20 minutes to burn one with you guys.
Let's see if you can get one smoked before the end of the show, Red.
Red live chat.
Live chat. I am in live chat this time. Hey, make sure you guys are in live chat. What are we, an hour and a half into the show? I hope you're in live chat at least by this time.
We have 194 viewers right now, guys.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Thank you, everyone,
I guess
for being here.
While I have the mic, well, I don't know what numbers are. Okay, so I grabbed some True North. Whoop. 5-star. Maybe I'll do a little unboxing since it's sealed.
True North does a good
Mine's sealed.
job.
Well, I brought it home, so it's not delivered, but yeah, see metric tag, made in a marijuana facility.
It's-
GG4.
Okay.
So, you guys see the numbers?
76, 85. Yeah.
80.
Cured batter. So I bet that's trim run
3
wax
point.
right there.
It's almost 4. Yeah, almost 4 fucking percent terps.
I bet it's good.
Give it a little open here.
I bet it's good, but I bet it was made from trim.
I just buried into it. Do a little unboxing here for you guys live. This is their inside of the box. GG4. It says it on the container also. And it's like a nice little, probably 5. Yeah, 5 or 7. A liter. And here, this is what this says. Cured batter.
Is that 1 gram, Red?
Oh, I dig the
Yeah,
holographic
it's
kind of top on that.
program.
It's kind of dope.
1 gram. 0.035 ounces.
That's
Sorry
the
about
guy you guys work with, right, Spartan?
that. And then here we go.
Often.
Yeah, he gets.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I think all of our trim he gets, and then sometimes in a lot of our nug runs. He gets the first crack at our nug runs too.
Smells
It's really good.
delicious too. Yeah, I'm excited. I got a new e-nail banger fired up, and I got my little dab station. Unfortunately, it's not down here just because there's already too many cords.
Because
and
you have the
shit going
cool
on down
station
here.
set up, though.
Yeah, man, I got my nice little dab station set up, so this is going to be added to the collection over there, as well as whatever I can put out and produce. I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna smoke on something, but I haven't been able to like really get any pressing done just because I've been still working on trying to trim up outdoor, indoor, this and that, get other stuff taken
Feel
care
you
of.
there.
So, you know, I needed something quick, and this was actually on we have like a 20% off last call shelf. A couple items that we only have a couple items left. You know, we got 1 or 2 left. We want to get them out before they go bad. So we 20% off them bad boys, put them on a special display. And it's been on the med display. This was a medical. So, you know, not as many people are looking at that one. And the GG4 it's been the only True North sitting there for like week and a half. And about 10 days ago, I was like, I'm going to grab that sucker. If it's
That was the one in that cabinet, right? That you showed us last week.
It was in the cabinet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So at least last week, yeah. And then I was like, man, I really hope it's still here. Hopefully somebody will grab it so I can save myself 35. It only cost me like $35 or something after all of my med discount and then the 20% off and everything. Played whatever's. Dude, it was great, man. So I got that pre-roll. GG4 pre-roll by Choice Labs. I think they're out in Jackson area, Jackson County at least. You know that. Unless
Yeah, they're in Jackson.
Different spot. Is it Ionia? Maybe is that where they're at?
No, they're in Jackson.
In Jackson City, Jackson. Okay.
Yep, they're in Jackson.
Yeah. So, cheers, everybody. I got some muddy agaricon mushroom and ginger tea. Slurping on. So. I'm gonna fire up this
Right, I'm high. I don't even realize what the hell you said other than the word something tea.
Ginger.
You say-
my
Has anybody got a booch or what?
No,
No.
dude, no, man. I haven't
What in the
I haven't had
hell?
a chance to get to the store in the last few days. I've been cranking busy, man. I've been busy on orders and doing other things, catching up on plants. Had to do a harvest this week. Got my Grape Glee, Rainbow Driver, and Granddaddy. Haven't had Granddaddy in a little while. Got that down. And so I'm excited. You know, still haven't had a chance to get the humidifier installed in there or get one for that matter. So, and you know what that entails. You know, it's going to run out of water in 24 hours. I got to get one with it's hard lined. I got to get one that's hooked up to a humidistat and that whole stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a decent sized job for myself. And then, so I got to get that put up. But otherwise, it's been about 6 days, which might be a little crispy. But we had that rain come through, so hopefully that kind of gave me a little added humidity the last couple of days. But yeah, man, Skilbo is a Garicon.
Agaricon, okay.
Yeah, so I finally got my product from Myriad, Mycology. Got a performance blend. We'll talk about it in the late sesh tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah,
shout
dude,
out
that's
to
the
Late
shit you
Sesh.
showed me. Yeah, man.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, specifically this one's like a antiviral. It's loaded with polysaccharides. I think it's like 15% by weight polysaccharides.
Yeah, the
One
Garicon
starts with the G, I think, off the top. Glycol or something like that off the top of my head is the specific polysaccharide, but it's antiviral, and it's
That's what you need right there, Red.
what you got there, capsule filler. Yeah, I need
Yeah.
something
Has
like
Red
that,
been able to
man.
take a hit yet?
No,
Dude, I haven't
he hasn't
even
paused.
haven't taken a breath yet. So yeah, so it's my usual ginger tea, my muddled ginger, honey, water, or lemon, and then I just added a half a teaspoon of, whole teaspoon of agaricon powder. It, you know, sweetens it up a little bit with the honey. Agaricon's not that bad, man. It's kind of woody, you know, kind of chalky a little bit. Yeah, it's terrible. Whatever. Gotta have an acquired palate. I'm starting to get used to it already. I did the performance blend with the wake up and the performance blend midday. When I took my break, I made myself some tea at work and put some of the performance blends, the cordyceps, reishi, lion's mane. We'll talk about all this stuff tomorrow night. We'll get into some details, but so far so good, man. You know, I had a nice long day at work. I feel great.
Hit it, Red.
I'm packing.
I'm gonna roll a king size of Chemdog after I do this dab.
Dude, Chemdog's
I want to say cheers.
Fan.
We did have 200 people concurrently watching there for
Oh yeah.
a split second. I see.
also 200.
We're like,
Dave's,
fuck that, and got out of here.
That's a lot of smoke in chat, man.
Dave and
Wow,
Chet
I
that's
gotta
nice.
look over my lap.
singing the praises of that the Mighty
Yeah, man.
Plus, so I might have to pick me up one.
You guys have
I'm
been selling me
telling ya.
on that thing,
I
man.
see you. Yeah, I've seen you all show fucking nursing that thing.
Well, you know,
When the
This
trick
one
is,
Yeah.
goes to
this is just begging to be put to lips.
that little vape.
Oh,
They're
I
like
know.
is that little
Yeah.
flower burner?
So you said you can get like 5 hits out of one bowl, right?
You just load the flour in the
Yeah,
pot.
I think, yeah, I've packed this twice, I think, since I started the show.
What brand
And
is
I
that?
hit it. Yeah, I can take at least 6 to 7 good pulls on it before it starts tasting burnt.
The same as the volcano skillbow. It's that Stills and Bickle.
Crafty,
Doors and Bickle.
Crafty
Oh,
Plus.
okay. Yeah, bet.
Where I've been under a
I've
rock,
seen those
man.
before,
There's
yeah.
so many products on. And,
Those
you
are
know,
the
like
bougie ones.
Yeah, like
She's
there's so
got
many
the-
just at newsstand
she's-
alone. I'm like, where the hell all these things come from, man? I'm used to bongs, you know. And
Yeah,
maybe
she's
I'm
got
just old
that
school.
that mouthpiece is glass though. That's what I really like about it. I think that's fucking awesome.
Oh, I thought that was plastic.
no.
Is it
No, that's
glass?
glass.
Oh, badass.
Bougie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you can drop it in,
Okay.
clean it with alcohol, dry it, put it back in.
Perfect.
You're fresh as a daisy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll probably end up getting one of those. Probably.
I really, really like it. I really did. Compared to my DaVinci IQ that I just had, way easier to clean. I mean, you just press one button. Oh, and did I tell you that it is controlled by an app?
No.
Like, you
You
can,
can heat it up.
if you have a Droid phone, which I do,
I
there's an app that controls it. You can like super boost it and it goes to a certain temperature really quick, or you can just control it like
So does it do
paint, but just-
concentrates? Does it go hot enough for concentrate too?
That's sweet.
Yeah, and it comes
man.
with all little different pods that you can can change in and out of there.
Nice.
And-
How do you clean it?
You just I got this going, so you just twist it off and then you take it out. Like there's just that little bowl in there, and then you take it out. You soak everything in alcohol and put it back together. It's really, really easy.
I'll probably. You guys talk me into it. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does
This
sound
is
really
great too.
As someone who started off with a PAX 1, and they cost a shit ton of money back in the day too, I was just completely unsatisfied with that, man. Like it was always a pain in the ass to fucking clean.
Me too, dude. I've
and
been through like 4 or 5 vaporizers.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to try because they're all expensive.
They're super expensive, and
And,
nobody you know has
A
one.
lot of trial and error.
You know,
The DaVinci sucked to clean. It was terrible, and the battery was awful. This is way, way better in every way.
That's why it's nice to get good reviews from someone that's tried more than one brand and knows that some of them suck really bad and
Good.
really likes a certain one.
there's mine right there.
Yeah.
This is a
Silva Sofa.
Silver Surfer. Best to lock it in.
Yeah, I
This is
really
all
like
glass
that style,
on glass.
man. Like that. Yeah, the standard like whip style. I feel like gives you a really
Yep.
full rip.
Yep.
Like if you pull real slow on it,
Yep.
you can get a serious fucking pull off those things.
Yeah, so it's a ceramic coil in there, and it heats up. And I'm gonna put this down so I can grab the whip, which is a glass tip for you as well. And it's a glass connection, so
That's another thing I'd like to get a volcano with the whip. I've heard that they got the whip attachments for the volcanoes now, and I'm like, wow, that'd be so much better than those stupid fucking bags that make all kinds of crinkle noises.
Yep.
Is it like a dome, like a dome that goes over the volcano that you put your whip onto, like that?
I haven't seen it. I've just heard about it.
Could be.
I haven't even Googled it yet. Oh, I do.
I think I remember back in the day.
I do want to correct myself or whoever that was in chat that said the Otter Pops. That was the ones I was thinking about. I Googled it while we were talking. And those are the ones I was talking about, the Otter Pops. On them, there's like the names.
You've come
of the
full
different ones.
circle, chat.
I just want to give them credit. They were right when I said they were wrong. It was definitely the Otter Pops. You guys were right.
We're back to the outer.
a man, that dude, is it a Bruce Hornsby moment?
That's integrity right there.
Hey, I just like to give
Right.
credits.
Is
due.
it Bruce?
Yeah, it's Bruce.
It's Bruce. The Bruce Hornsby story
Bruce
is really
Hornsby.
funny.
The late sesh thing.
I was staring at like, what was it, Sirius? Yeah, I was staring at Sirius for like 25 minutes trying to figure that out. I think.
Yeah.
Sirius is the.
It was just such cool fucking weather,
This one's
man. You got the lake is crashing up against the shit. Get a bunch of people sitting around a bonfire.
Out there.
Yeah, man.
Bruce Hornsby.
My first experience with that was probably Tupac's Changes because he covered Bruce Hornsby's, what the hell's the name of that song? Just
The Way It Is.
or something.
The Way It Is.
Yeah. Or they sampled it. They sampled it. and they came out with Tupac Changes just after Tupac was killed. And then so Tupac was killed, and then Changes was like the first track that they, I don't know, released, I suppose, after his death. It was like, oh my God, is Tupac still alive type of thing, you know, because that was going on for years and years and years. Maybe he still is alive. Let's get that one still.
Dude, that's the Dave Chappelle bit, man.
Yeah,
In
totally.
Cuba, bro.
Yeah, he totally is. Yeah, he's there with Elvis and all those others. Fitness musicians, dude. Lennon's probably there too.
I was listening to Tupac the other day, and I was like, man, how good is that? It's like always
the time.
to make music that's just forever relevant. Like,
Yeah, literally just heard that song today that you're mentioning,
Changes?
Red.
Yeah,
Changes, yeah, I'm not even kidding. While I was
dude's got
working.
great lyrics too, like Tupac's
Yeah,
version,
man.
not like
Yeah.
specifically. Yeah, he like
Yeah,
he
for sure.
stole the show from Bruce Hornsby, to be honest.
Super relevant.
Totally, yeah, especially the era and everything, man. Yeah, and then it came right after his passing, and then so you know, and that always got me into like I'm into a lot of old school music because of the type of music I was into in the modern era. You know, that was sampled a lot of hip hop, a lot of punk covered, like punk rock bands were covering like 60s and 50s and 60s music like forever. And hip hop was using
Dude, circle jerks wild in the streets. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. So like that really always had me going, and then of course throw cannabis into it, festivals and everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Sequence is rolling the noisiest fucking joint I've ever heard in my entire life.
Hi? Is that bad?
I just want to go on record and say that I am high as fuck, so don't expect anything
Dude,
else out of me.
I'm
Rolling
gonna
this
start
show.
calling you Spartan cookies,
I'm on
man.
record and saying I haven't smoked since I think
Light it red.
I don't know.
Trying to see how much flour I can get in this king size.
So Red, you missed the first part of the show. I experimented today with putting a whole tube to 5 grams into a half. It wasn't even a half. It was 1 stick of butter, and made like some bag cookies. And it tastes terrible. The cookies, they taste fucking like RSO or whatever. But my calculations are they should be right around 90 milligrams, but they're like super like stony like I don't know.
How many cookies are you gonna make? Did you use the whole stick of butter?
Yeah, I used the whole stick of butter. I made 30 cookies.
Oh, okay.
And I'm 4 cookies in now. I think it was 4. But yeah, I'm due for another one here in about 20 minutes.
How much did you say FSO went into it?
5 grams into 1 stick
Yeah.
of butter.
Yeah, that's
I made
pretty
like
solid.
30 servings.
Yeah.
But it tastes like shit, man. So I got to figure something else out. I might have to go back to the old way.
I mean, you're only in the better part of 400 or 500 milligrams. You're good.
We did a big
You're
cash
good.
time too, dude. We had the bowl was lit. Just it was. a
Oh
thing of
yeah, that
beauty.
was
You missed
cool.
it.
Yeah.
You're 100
That's really
times more over the limit than I usually suggest to people to start with.
100 times.
100 times.
Kizu wants to know if you're using sandpaper to roll that joint.
This is Elements Ultra Thins.
Cellophane.
And somebody cut the whole top of
Jesus.
this off like a
What?
dick.
Dylan,
How can you
like-
even say that and not be embarrassed, Sequence? It sounds like you're describing like a fucking female hygiene fucking.
Have you never used these papers? These are good shits. If I can
No,
hold it
dude.
in front of the camera.
Anything fucking called ultra thin, no, I'm out.
Basically, all papers are ultra thin these days.
Nah. I just use raws, whatever.
Raws are
know
say
me.
ultra thin on them. I'm pretty sure.
You got to use the raw
Look,
blacks.
You know me.
Zigzag
raw.
ultra thin. Look,
Oh, get out of here! Boo! Those things are so.
I go
Raw.
How
raw.
thick are those, dude?
I
That's
don't
like a
know.
cigarette
I don't
rolling
use
paper.
these. Somebody gave me these.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
If I
I
run
got
sure they
packs
do.
of raw 300s
I
everywhere.
will go blue hologram pack zigzag thins if I run out of raws. That's usually my other go-to.
Give
I
me a
agree
bag
because
of
they're
cut
basically
quarters.
elements.
Yeah, they are.
And
then
elements are made by Raw, by the way, same brand.
we have a ton of vibes at work or at New Standard at
That's burner shit, isn't it?
work at New Standard, and I've heard they were really good products. My homie uses them regularly, and so I'm kind of curious about trying vibes out. I'm interested about that. I haven't even
That's
bother
that
burning with
cookies
it,
burner shit
burner shit. Yeah.
vibes. Yep.
So
I had a friend, he did the ash test on a whole bunch of different brands where went and bought a whole bunch of
That's
different
what I
packs
do.
of papers.
Elements.
He cleaned out his ashtray and burned them one by one to see how much ash it would leave behind if you just burned the whole paper by itself. And it actually is surprising. Certain papers leave a bit more ash than others. It's like the thinner the paper, it seemed like the less ash overall was left from that paper burning.
Yeah, the elements, I think, on the one that I seen on YouTube,
Oh, that
one,
makes good sense.
there was just like a very little line at the end of it. And I think like the really super thick, like the white zigzags were like some of the worst ones. Juicy J's. Oh,
My experience with doing
Tops,
that
dude.
test personally would
like a
agree with
cigarette
what you
paper.
just said.
oof.
It's like the white papers
Yeah,
leave a lot of ash, and the elements and the raws and stuff. It's just the glue strip that's at the end.
The elements are the ones got the sugar, right?
Yeah,
it's
I think
sugar.
both.
And what's raw? Raw's not even like a. I mean, it's really not a glue. It's like a natural tree sap or something like that. I think raw uses like a tree sap to gum their edges.
Sequence uses ultra thin,
Yeah,
so
I believe
goes
so.
with raw.
The guy that fucking runs
opposed
Raw is
to-
crazy as fuck, and he's entertaining on his Instagram. So I support the guy. I don't know.
Yeah. That's great. Definitely good content.
Since we were talking about that, I don't even lick the when I lick the joint. I don't.
That's at a back roll.
Yeah. When I roll forward, backwards, whatever, I don't lick the gum. I lick the back side of the paper. I lick the paper side of the paper, and it sticks immediately. I indirectly moisten it, and then when I get it moist that way, it works a lot better. It sticks it right to it. It doesn't pop off ever. In fact, you almost have to be pretty precise with it, because you can't really tweak it.
That's a good point, because sometimes if you lick a paper, you can literally lick those sugars off of there if you go crazy with it, if you got like the cat's tongue going on.
Yeah, totally. Right.
It's better to do a back lick on some rolls.
Yeah, I do a back lick, and I've done that, and it's actually changed my rolling game completely, tenfold, because I can actually roll half of it, roll the other half. I don't have to just like float. I mean, I've been able to roll twice. I mean, I kind of always had a knack for rolling joints. I've kind of been doing it for the better part of my life, but I've only been back licking for like wow for the last maybe couple of years. It really did change my rolling game.
I don't even have to say it. I don't even have to say it.
Well, I just was waiting for Painted Lady to talk about how she likes to lick shit, because I guess everybody else has chimed in.
If
The old
chat,
crinkle
if
tech is
chat
good,
says
too.
about, I can't even read it if there's the comments, and that they're well deserved if there are comments. But yeah,
With the back licking.
Oh, the
I
job
couldn't
back.
resist that one. That Red laid that out on a silver fucking platter.
Red always does.
Oh yeah, we're partying in chat right now.
Does anybody else
We're
crinkle up their
parties.
papers before rolling up to like get a better grip on some like slicker papers?
Now do this. Wet
Like
your
raw.
fingertips. Winter's coming. Wet your
Raws always feel real slick to me, and that was the crinkle tech. Balling it up first always seemed like it helped out.
I know what you're talking about. It gets a little slick.
No
I
way.
had a
Yeah.
problem where I just
Flick lickers.
I'll tear it down the middle sometimes, just randomly. I don't know if it's just my hands come apart for some reason, and then just squeezing the joint, and I'll just tear the whole fucker right in half.
Dude, I feel you. It's an eight.
Too dry a paper.
Sometimes I think I'm just getting old and my fucking thumb locks on me. You're like,
Yeah.
"Argh."
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's like there's a lockup. It's like a lockup, and then all of a sudden everything like twitches, and then it just tears the joint in half. Like, what the fuck did I just do?
Red, it's happening to you.
Oh my god. God bless chat, man. They fucking are so entertaining. That's all I got to say, man. They're fucking killing me. Talking about
Dude, that's why
Red-
Sunday nights are fun.
Red and his back licking tech, and
It's an ultra thinner raw.
You know what? Everybody's gonna have to come on the late sesh tomorrow night at 11 p.m. and check out.
See where we go
just
from here.
live back licking.
Live back licking.
we're talking about Yeah, he's talking about crinkling up the paper, and they're calling it the Kris Kringle tech. It's fucking. We got geniuses watching this fucking show, man.
Stoners one and all.
This is 2.4 grams, Wheatus.
Oh shit.
A king size.
Okay, at least
Took
you
me a
get the
minute to
noise
roll it
with
because
it.
it was big.
That's a beast.
Yeah, sorry about the noise. I thought you would enjoy it. I didn't think it was that loud.
Scobo, what you got there, man? Just break out the saber of a branch.
This is the headlights, man.
That sucker's stacked, man.
Yes, she is. I'm happy with it, man. I'm keeping this. This is a cross between Northern
Heady,
Lights
dude.
and
It's like a blast off.
Yeah, man. And the headband.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it totally looks like a good day smoke.
It's that funky stuff too. Stanky stuff.
Got a nice cerebral.
Stank on it.
Oh, it'll stone you too.
Oh yeah.
The Northern Lights will fucking that Northern Lights part of it can really put you in the couch.
I definitely concur. Shit, I've been smoking Oreos, man. I knocked myself back out this morning. I was like, oh, let's fall asleep in the fucking recliner.
I've been
and shit.
fucking resisting the urge to fucking break a butt off that sour D. I was in there today and I was pinching it. I'm like, man, that feels dry as fuck. I know that'll burn. I should fucking.
Yep.
But I haven't snuck one off yet. But within the next couple of days, I'm sure I'll be sneaking off some of that sour
Be
D.
nice way to start the day, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. It always was really uplifting to me. Just put me in a fucking awesome mood. So I'm excited. To shout out to Michigan Medicated for that one. What's up, baby lady?
Have you smoked? I'm sure you have Michigan Mad Sour Chills.
Yes, I have.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah. Have you smoked his Donnie Burger though?
No.
That Donnie Burger shits all over anything I've smoked in a while.
Damn.
Besides Mac. I mean, I still love the Mac.
Well, I've heard great things about it. I'd love to.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I'm trying to get a cut out of them. If I get a cut, I can share it with you. You'll be all set.
That would be awesome.
What flower do you have tonight, Spartan? Like, what do you have on the menu?
What do you mean? What do I have on? Like, what am I smoking tonight?
Yeah.
Well, now I've switched to my. Unfortunately, I just used the very last out of this bag of that Trop Cherry, but it was the Trop Cherry mixed with Mac. That's my going to bed mix. I got a little bit left on my tray here to get through tonight.
Anything with the Mac is perfect for that.
Yeah, for sure. All I got to do is check on 2 plants after the show, and the rest of the night's mine. So I'll be nice and medicated by then. My eyes feel like they're half closed right now, dude.
Oh yeah.
You look like you're doing pretty good.
I'm gonna eat another cookie before I go to bed.
I'm gonna eat one more.
Good.
Usually you look more high than this by the end of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, because I usually take a big dose, see? So I'm doing different. So I normally take a half gram. I took the equivalent in these cookies. It's the equivalent of let me see. The closest would be like not even a quarter gram. It'd be less than a quarter gram. So,
Oh, right.
but it's nice that
It's metabolized different. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, chat, I hope you've enjoyed the show. We're going to go through some sign-offs. It's 10:58. Then we'll get the hell out of here. Red, thank you for joining us, brother.
It was a fast show. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I was so late, guys. I don't believe I work next Sunday, so I should.
It's going to be 2 points on your permanent record.
I was late last week too, but not as
Yeah.
late. Oh, I did.
Those come off after 90 days, though.
I did a walkthrough, so that is the extra credit for last week. So I should be breaking even. Red Setter Farm. You can find myself and photography and antics and storyline on Instagram. You can find me here on the Michigan Bros Grow Show and with Scobo and Spartan and whoever else we may have on a late session Monday nights at 11 p.m. And cheers, everybody. Cheers, chat. Really appreciate you all. I'm glad I was able to stop in. Shout out to my mom. It's her birthday tomorrow. And so happy birthday to Mama Red. And shout out to everybody at New Standard. And shout out to New Standard Hazel Park. And they're opening a store in Sand Lake, Michigan. So if you guys are on the west side of the state, check that out. Michigan. Cheers, everybody. Peace out.
Thank you, Red. Yeti, Thanks for joining us, sir. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me here on the Bro Show Sunday nights. Also on Instagram at Yeti Stash. Fun hanging out as always. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, chat. Cheers, panel. Good chopping it up.
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir. Ooh, there's my irrigation for my veg.
Get it.
Painted Lady, where can everyone find you?
Everybody can find me on Instagram and Cannabis at Painted Lady Gardens. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody in chat. Sorry I wasn't able to participate more, but I hear it was a great time. So glad everybody had a good time and was able to laugh at or Red for the last few minutes. And his back licking.
Back licking Red, man.
Much more
Setter,
back
that's Lick Setter Farms.
Much more back licking to come, he says.
Or would it be Red Liquor Farm?
Much more back licking on the late sesh tomorrow night
That's right.
for Red.
Spartan, did I let you do a sign off? I got distracted by my squirting.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so, because I wanted to shout out happy birthday to Mrs. Cantaloupe, and shout out to Abolish. Miss you guys. And I am so fucking high. My mind is not working. It's like a
Happy
struggle
birthday,
to
Missy.
concentrate. Shout out to
watch.
everybody on the panel. It's always fun hanging out with you guys. These are my real life friends here. So
Amen to
it's always
that.
fun for me to be here. So thank you for the invite.
The
Spartan Grown on
realist.
Instagram. I think I covered at least half of my shit.
Thank you, man. Scobo.
I am Skilbo1 on Instagram, Skilbo17 on YouTube. Thanks for stopping through tonight, everybody. Chad, you guys always bring it. And I hope to see some of you guys over tomorrow night at 11 p.m. for the late session with me, Red, and Sparkman. And Sequence will be omnisciently in the background.
I'll be there ish. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate that very much. Please check out the sponsors underneath this video. Potent Ponics 2020 Mendocino Easy Swap Pots. Again, if you are interested in getting our merch from Steam Labs, make sure you do it in the next couple weeks, because we're shutting that shit down. We're tired of the bot 2, and we're going to get rid of it. Have a great night.